61 laps this time. Do you want to do me a favor while I'm setting the grid? Just share in announcements the new stream.
Yep. Oh.
So
Is
who
there
have
any
we got?
particular way you want me to do it, or just...
Just in normal announcements, and this time just tag GT7 driver in the event people. So who have we got this time for INF? We got Pekka. We've got P2 is going to be Iggy.
Everyone.
Triple threat is going to be Sam again. Then we've got Falcon. That's going to be Beetlejuice. Fifth place is Zico of Project Platypus. Sixth place is going to be Owen. Then it's going to be Apex in 7th, who is going to be Thunderdome this time. That's going to be 8th, sorry. And then we've got Apex Hunter, Ridwan in 8th. Then we've got Spider, who's spacing for Spider, Death Ghosted again. Gilles is going to be at the back. Jin is going to be behind him, actually. Andrico is actually going to be Aero GT, so that's going to be Zab. Then Andrico. Then T Morrison is for Teabag Racing. And then I'm waiting for one person. Hasselager. We need him to enter. And he is going to be between... well, just behind Ghosted. There we go. Okay, let me check that again. So, okay, welcome guys. I'm just trying to sort everything out. So, you will have just seen at the end of the previous stint, Inferno took the victory by about 3 seconds. They are going to be in first place to start with. They've got Pekka leading the charge this time round. Iggy's doing a double stint and Sam's doing his double stint, so more of them. Then Falcon, Beetlejuice is taken over from Syndra. Then Zico's taken over for Kellen in the Viper for Project Platypus. Owen's taken over for Keto in the McLaren for Aero GT. Thunderdome in for Latari at Apex. Ridwan in for Jacko in the Vantage for Apex Hunters. Then we've got Ghosted doing it once again for Spider, trying to recover some of the positions lost. Has Leroy, let's call him Leroy, in the Lambo, taking in Team Speed. Then we got T Morrison taking over for NTO. They were teammates in Tier 4 this season in the Renault there. Then we have Andre in P12 for TBG Racing. No, not TBG. For Danger Vortex Racing. Then we've got Aero GT Zab. Then we've got Gilles in the McLaren for Queen's Head and Jin in the McLaren for the disconnected JP Motorsport Racing. So let me just double check if everyone understands what I posted.
It's because of the way you posted it.
Is it because I didn't sort the numbers?
You've posted it in a very, very weird way.
Well, it just all you need to know is the pit time, basically.
Did it go up over 100 seconds then, the pit time?
Well, yeah, the pit. What do you mean? It goes into minutes. Yeah. Do I have to do it in minutes for people? Can't they?
Yes.
Can't they? Can't they figure it out? Okay. Oh,
Why
God.
would you? Why would you not have done it in minutes to begin with, Ross?
Because people should be able to take 60 off because I'm over a minute, so 61 is actually 1 minute one.
Just put it in the minutes.
I'm doing it now.
You made that needlessly complicated.
Okay.
I think people are looking for what it will actually say on the pit time, like when it goes into the pit time, what it actually said there.
6. Then.
Because I was just assuming it would be going off the time of the
6:12.
I was trying to figure it out there, and I like try to get confused with Skycloud and everything. I'm struggling to figure out what was going on there.
Okay, I see. 07. Right, okay, let me try again. The thing is, I had the bloody times. Let me go back into YouTube. It's going to take a little bit of time now.
Because if the pit time goes over and ticks over into a minute, it should be you should just be telling them the exact time that they have to go, instead of making them do extra maths and then inevitably getting it wrong.
So, 2:31 for Joe's team. Right.
I was wondering how you'd put 300 seconds in there, given the fact that 3 minutes is 180.
Yeah, I know.
So either the tides are wrong and it's causing confusion, or
Or it's me.
100, or you figured out 100 seconds in a minute apparently, in which I know it's nearly lunchtime, but Jesus.
I see. I see what I've done wrong. Okay. I got the formulas slightly skew-if. I didn't actually. Okay. No, it can go up to 300. Yeah, okay, I know what I've done wrong. It can go up to, because it's 40 seconds to start with.
Yeah.
Right. Are you just telling them that I'm working it out and I'm going to resend it?
Yeah, I'm telling.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I've told them that they're putting it into minutes. The whole that. Yeah, 300 seconds of the 4-minute 20 delay. Yeah.
Um,
Ghosted going again. Oh, Ghosted is going again. I didn't even see Ghosted was going again here. I feel like the overall quality of this, like there's gonna be such a massive gap in this one, because the low in the lobby is gonna be fairly off pace, and you've got people like Ridwan and Zico and Iggy and those kind of guys that'll be flying off at the front.
so it's 3 minutes and 40, which is the maximum time, because the earliest that the P1 can leave is 40 seconds in. So that's
Yeah.
where the confusion's coming from. And I should have probably... Okay, so that's going to be 3 minutes
It still
25.
won't be 300
And then
seconds, regardless.
3 minutes 40, 3 minutes 41. Yes, I know, I just assumed 300 seconds for no reason. Okay.
Just you've just defaulted to 100 seconds
It's
in a
fine,
minute.
guys. I'm sending it now. There we go. So, I've just shared in the chat the correct wait time. So, for example, Inferno starting in P1, they can go after the 40-second pit time is hit. Then Iggy's going to have to wait 3 extra seconds. Triple Threat's going to wait 5.5 extra seconds, all the way down to Whack and JP, who are going to have to wait the maximum 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So, that's where we are standing. Let me just tell everyone. Because we will start, I'll just say starting at 55.
Jin's questioning your 341 for thing.
Well, tell him he could take 7 seconds off because that's how far back he'll be when he enters the pits. And Watt can take 7 seconds off as well. But I'm not going to resend the thing. Not Whack, Jills.
Yeah, we've got Jill in the second time then. Okay, well, 4 cards.
There we go. Okay, we're sorted. So, let's get YouTube up. Let's see. Have we got plenty of people in this stint? In the comments. They're probably like, what the fuck, Ross?
I hope so.
Has Jills binned it yet? No, we got some time. Okay. So, welcome guys. Let's do another quick run through of what the grid looks like for this stint. This is a 61 lap stint, so it's an hour longer than stint 1. Van der Speck on pole, Iggy second, Sam in third. Then we got Beetlejuice in fourth, Zico fifth, Owen is in sixth, Thunderdome is in seventh, and then Ridwan eighth. Ghosted is doing another stint in ninth, Leroy 10th. Then outside the top 10 currently we've got Morrison, Andrew, Zav, Jills, and Jin. So, I'm going to put starting soon. Everyone's had plenty of time. The way this is going to work is everyone's going to do a formation lap, peel into the pits, and wait in the pits until the pit time that I've just given them is reached, which is why we were slightly delayed getting started here.
From a minute with 100 seconds.
Yes, I know, man. I was trying to do it so quickly that my brain couldn't keep up with me. So anyway, let's get started because the first lap, like I said, is just a formation lap. It's going to be pretty slow. Let's keep an eye on everyone and make sure that they actually stick to the rules of the formation lap. I'm a bit nervous because we have 61 drivers racing today, and they've all got to digest the rules.
Oh god, that's incredible. We've already
it's the
started.
First. This is why it's an off-season event. We're just testing to see what works.
Yeah, already been. We've been less than 2 hours into this race so far. Ross has already made a mistake, making 100 seconds of the minute.
It's fine.
We love to see it.
You know what? I'm impressed that I lasted this long. So. So yeah, nice slow start for everyone. The tyres that they're on doesn't really matter. They do have the option of not changing their tyres, but they will get cold because even P1 has to wait in the pits for at least like 5 seconds until they hit that 40-second mark. So changing the tyres is probably a wise thing to do. Obviously, look how little fuel they've started on. They've started on 15 litres of fuel here, which is to make sure that they all, because obviously you finished the previous stint on pretty much 0 fuel, so we're trying to replicate that as much as possible. And then they can fill up however much they want. If they want to do a short soft stint, if they want to go long on the mediums, it's entirely up to them.
Yeah, 61 laps for this race is going to be a very long time. The strategies are going to vary quite heavily. And don't forget, there is still the threat of rain.
Absolutely. Could still rain. It is still random weather. Quite heavy wind by the looks of it. A little crosswind on the straight.
This late morning now, right?
This is late morning, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next stint will be in the afternoon.
Fair enough. So, Pekka, a name that is definitely infamous in this server, that's for certain.
I wasn't going to mention anything.
I am. I definitely am. He's
back for eSports, so you'll be busy with.
I've already been busy. The guy in 6th has already decided to give us a rough start.
Okay.
But,
Owen, team captain for Aero GT, is racing in the number 12 car in P6, just behind the Dodge Viper of Zico for Project Platypus. Team Falcon, eSports champions from a couple of seasons ago, in P4, just behind Sam in T3 triple threat, which is a pretty surprising to see them up this high. He's put in a real shift in the first round. Him and Iggy going for the double in terms of stints, doubling up. So they're going to be absolutely knackered by the end of this one, 2.5 hours. And Pekka, fresh in, has a nice little advantage that he was given. Around about 5 seconds-ish was the gap. Iggy was closing in at the end of the stint.
Yeah, he's going to have to give himself... Why am I getting a suspected spam call?
Oh,
but,
I've been getting so many of them. Like, join our WhatsApp because I've got a job for you. I'm just like, I don't think people really use WhatsApp to recruit, so no thank you.
Suspected spam from Manchester. I'll just leave that be. They call back, call back.
So yeah, everyone is... this has worked out pretty well. This is exactly what we needed from the formation lap. Now everyone's going to peel into the pits. Hopefully no one does a pyro and spins on pit entry.
Nah, that's... You know what, fair enough. At least I was going a little bit quicker than this.
Everyone's coming pretty quickly here. A bit of a gap further back, but actually it worked out pretty nicely. 8.2 seconds the gap between P1 and P15 there. So that has worked out absolutely perfectly in terms of what I was trying with my estimations. So let's join with Pekka and see what he does. This time that you can see on the screen, is that pit time? I don't think it's pit time. That is the lap time. It's not the pit time. So it's not going to show 40 seconds, which it should on the screen. He's going to wait a couple of seconds here until the 40 passes on his screen, and then he can start. Oh, he's only putting in fuel. So he's going for that. Let's see what Iggy does. He's only putting in fuel. Sam looks like he's putting in fuel as well. Beetlejuice putting in... He's only putting in fuel. What about Zico? Has to wait a little bit extra. He's changing his tyres. He thinks he's too far back. His tyres might have cooled down a little bit too much there. A little bit more of a wait for Owen. You can see Sam is exiting the pits now. Let's just stick with these because...
He's come out ahead of Pekka.
Okay.
He's jumped Pekka out the pits. Also, apparently, that the...
And Iggy is down in 4th as well. He's being jumped by...
yeah, T-Bop.
Who is going to get a massive penalty. What's he doing?
He skipped his time. Comfortably skipped his time.
I think Sam might have skipped his time as well. He's waiting to try and get his gap back. And he's let Iggy get past again. So some of these guys have...
forgotten how to tell the time.
Shoot their shot a little bit early. So we're going to have to go through... And
oops, definitely oops. Sidra also said didn't realise one could double stint. Yeah, well, admittedly, we didn't put any term limit on how many.
Yeah, that's why we've done it this way, so that people can double stint.
If you go to our Aero GT, Iggy's doing the first 7 hours straight. So yeah, definitely can do. Well, that's penalties for. The real question is what. I think we
can let Sam off because he's voluntarily lost a lot of time there. T-Bop would have to basically go back down to the gap that he was on these next couple of laps if he wants to.
How far away was he?
I can tell you. So at the end of stint 1, T-Bop was
just over 2 minutes.
119 seconds off the lead. So that's where he has to drop to. 119 seconds off the lead.
That was always going to happen. Is it someone was always going to do it. Could you have done 6 stints in a row? I mean, there isn't a rule against it.
You have to have 2 drivers on a team. So you could do 5 stints and then someone else does the 1 hour stint if you are crazy.
If you're crazy. Why? Why would you?
Let's see what NTO's doing. NTO's just cracking on. So
not NTO.
Not NTO, T-Bop, yeah.
Also,
I hope he's going to let Beetle past him, because Beetle's like, who the hell is this guy? What's he doing?
So what is the penalty if they don't drop back? That's T-Bop's currently doing.
They lose all the time, so he would be getting a 171 or 151 second penalty or whatever it was. 119 it was actually. Plus an additional penalty on top of that for being a silly boy. So yeah, you can completely ignore him. Coming out of the pits now, it looks like some more drivers. Zab's just coming out now. Fear's coming out. Gilles is finally refueling, as is Jin, so he should come out straight ahead of Jin here. They are over a lap down, of course, like they finished the previous stint, and Gilles has a lot of work to do here to try and avoid hitting the 5.5 minute mark, which is the maximum time you can be behind the leader at the end of this stint. But let's, everyone's coming out now, so let's have a look at what that has done to the order. We got Pekka with a 5.3 second lead on the mediums ahead of Iggy, who's also on the mediums, 3 seconds ahead of Sam, who came out a bit early. Sam, at the end of the first stint, for reference, was 6 seconds away, and he's 8.7 seconds away. So even though he came out a bit early and he let Iggy back past, I think we can let him off with that. Then we have Beetlejuice.
Letting people through. Team up and letting people through now. I think someone's filtered it through to him. They might be getting a penalty if he doesn't.
Yes. He is, yeah, he's not even accelerating here. So he's doing the right thing, and everything is going to be put back into the order that it should have been. And that's going to save me a massive headache. Then we have Zico on the mediums as well. T-Bop's obviously on the mediums. Owen, who's...
Owen, that's not the track.
I was going to say, that was...
that is not the track.
It's like, where are we, Daytona?
Closer to the wall than he is the actual tarmac.
A little bit excited at the start, yeah. Thunderdome, regular as well, just like Latari for Apex in Sunday League, eSports League, is a minute behind, which is pretty much the same as where he finished the stint last time. Ridwan in P9 for Spider, the gap was 83 seconds, he's now got it down to 69 seconds. So,
I was about to say, so Ridwan is apparently...
Oh no, it was 70 seconds and now it's 69 seconds, so he's gained 1 second there, so actually that's alright.
Apparently Ridwan is extremely quick, so we'll figure it...
Yeah, he's raced at eSports for Spider, you know.
We'll have to keep an eye out.
And he's racing today for Apex Hunter. Ghosted, P10, he's 1 minute 28 back, and they were 1 minute 23 back before, so it's because he's changed tyres, he's a little bit further back. And then we've got Hezelega, also known as Leroy. Something's happened between Zab's coming in. Zab's got damage! Let's see if we can find the damage, if it happened at the end of the lap. It didn't happen at the end of the lap, so he's instantly, just like also, Scotty before him.
What happened to Jill? Why is Jin ahead of Jill?
There's 5 seconds difference between them. It's because Jin put in so much less fuel. So he's going aggressive here, and Jill's going for the long run. So, I hope that has explained where everyone is at the start of the stint. I'm going to share something on so that everyone knows who the stint drivers are.
Yeah. As to the question, how do you manage your time in the pits? So, to leave on time. So when you enter the pits in GT, it comes up at the top, in the middle of your screen. It'll have your tyres, and then it'll have pit time and total time as a little round box in the middle of your screen. You will wait until the pit time, say the adequate number.
Yes.
And then you'll start going through, change your tyres, refuel, whatever you need to do to then start your stint. So that's how it's going to work. But yeah, that's how it's going to work for every stint following this one as well. You got Iggy 5 seconds off the back, and then Sam 4 seconds off of that. Everyone's just starting to filter into their gaps, and as expected, everyone is quite substantially away from each other at the start of stint 2 here.
Yeah, let's see where the closest battle is on the track. It might be between T-Bop, who's still... I think he might be...
5 seconds. He needs to give 5 more seconds.
He needs 5 more seconds, does he?
Yeah.
You're not letting him get away with the 5 seconds. I love it.
It was 1:59. It was his time from NTO to the leader Kevin on the last stint, so he needs to give 5 seconds extra, and then he can avoid his penalty. There you go.
Oh, he's been told. Love it. I love that. Instant feedback. Instant feedback.
And there you go. You can go now. You can go now. Team up. You can go. Jesus.
Then we got Andrew, who's in 12th. Zab, unfortunately for Zab, he's going to be in last place now.
T-Bop forgot how 5 seconds worked and gave away 10.
Yeah. Well, we're not giving you 5 seconds back, mate. That's all on you. engine. Right, I'm going to post
Tommy
this.
should be 10 behind Leroy. Well, no. No, he should not. He should be 1 minute 59 behind the leader.
Yeah, we're going from the leader, not from each other.
If Leroy has
Because then
decided
it
to
just
put
gets
more
way
in,
too messy.
that's what I'd say. If Leroy has decided to put more in, get out late, that's on him. He is the gap is 159.
Right,
That's what he
I'm going
needed.
to just
He has
pop
given
this
that
in
back.
announcements.
7
where
seconds off the back of Hasselager then. Via 33 seconds off the back of that, then Jin and Jill in 13th and 14th, and then Zab, who's already got damage at the back of this grid.
Unfortunate, coming straight out and getting damage on lap 1 is...
Who's fighting? There's someone
brutal.
fighting at the source.
Are they? Is it? Ghosted is a lap up on or back. There's Zab. Yeah, no fighting.
Yeah. No fighting. No. Two cars beside each other on the track. That's all that was.
The main question for me at the start of this stint is what can Iggy do versus Pekka? He's already catching up to Pekka a little bit here. The gap's under 5 seconds now.
I would be intrigued to see if Iggy can. Well, we haven't seen Pekka in this league for a very long time. We knew he was quick when he was racing the last time out. So he definitely got the chance to hold Iggy at bay if he can put something together.
Yeah.
We'll see how long it's going to take him to get into that swing, into that rhythm of it, though. That's the big question, I think, for both drivers. Who's going to get into that rhythm early? Who's going to get themselves into a position where they can strike first?
What I want to know is Iggy going to be able to keep up the good pace? Because he's already basically 2 hours in. We started at 10 o'clock, it's now 10 past 12, and he's raced the entire time with just a 15-minute break in between. And Pekka's fresh. So is it going to be a help or a hindrance to Iggy? I'm not too sure at the moment.
I think it goes both ways, and the real question, because well, Iggy's obviously going to know everything. He's going to be in that rhythm, albeit he's had that 15-minute break. Might just stitch him out just a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's going to be in that rhythm. He's going to have what he needs to do at each corner, going through his head every single lap. And so in theory, it should take him less time to hit a stride, hit a rhythm, and get closer to Pekka, where Pekka is going to have to find his way into this race now, because he's fresh. He's not had anything before. He's probably done a ton of practice leading up to the stint. That's a fairly decent lap time for Ghosted to start with, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that beat Iggy's previous fastest lap by 3/10.
I was about to say, yeah.
He has started. He's a man on a mission this time. Obviously, half fuel. Iggy said it on full fuel, but that is a very good time, and he's already down to 16 seconds on Ridwan. Ridwan's only 3.5 behind Thunderdome as well, and going pretty quickly in the 18s. Thunderdome in the 20s. Both of them on the medium tyres as well. So this is going to be battle for position fairly soon. Jacko having a pretty good stint pace-wise, but I think you said that he didn't have any wet tyres, and it did rain. So
yeah,
that is why they're down in 8th.
Yeah, he put it in the Discord saying that because he put it in immediately, it was like, guess who forgot to buy wet tyres, and everyone skull emojis him because of course they did.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, something tells me that probably should have been the first thing you did at Spa, but each their own.
Hey, there's a long way to go. Hopefully he isn't signed up for the wet race.
Oh, if he is, he probably should go and buy those tyres.
So Ridwan is just insanely quicker than Thunderdome at this point. So you mentioned, I don't know if you mentioned it on stream or before stream, that he is potentially insanely quick.
It was in the
He's
middle,
showing it so far. Low 18s,
yeah,
low 18s on mediums is very, very competitive.
Very, yeah. Being thereabouts of what might be the best medium lap done all day, depending on who is and isn't driving for other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Very much a conditional sentence, that one. But yeah, 18.2 is an extremely quick time, because if you can do 18.2 on a medium tire, you're probably looking to a low 17. Potentially
easy.
On the soft.
Another 18.2 as well.
That's it, quicker 18.2. That makes things very interesting for AHR then, in this one.
Up there with
Up there
Iggy and
with
Zico, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
think,
Ghosted
up there
just set a
Ghosted
17.2. I think
yeah,
there's a
I was about
second
to say.
difference between the softs and the mediums when they're fresh.
I think Ghosted might be the one we'll look at right now. But yeah, 17 seconds split those two. And Thunderdome is getting caught like at a rate of knots by Ridwan to try and get 7th. This is interesting because obviously we know a lot about Apex. AHR bringing a bunch of drivers that we have either only seen once or twice or not seen at all in the case of Jacko. So
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued to see how they can recover from the minute that they gave up. It was about a minute 16, was it not? No, a minute 8.
Yeah, Ridwan's on fire. Compare his times to Pekka's. Pekka is in the 18.4s, 18.7s compared to the 18.2, so he's about half a second a lap. There's an 18.5, so a little bit better there. Iggy's lapping in the 17s and high 17s, low 18s.
17.7 on a medium.
On a medium,
tire.
yeah, even better.
Insane.
Sam in the 19s, struggling a little bit there at the start of this stint. Beetlejuice in the high 18s as well, so he's catching Sam slowly. And Zico, 18.2 as well, so he's catching that group as well. Because the gap was a little bit bigger before the start of this stint. And Owen, who we saw go off earlier, is he going to be able to get into the low 18s at least? No, he's in the 19s. So Owen making the odd mistake here. He's had a couple of shoddy laps, but here comes Ridwan. Let's ride on board with him because I feel like this move's going to get done in Sector 1.
Yeah, he just said in the chat that Ridwan's one of the best drivers in Australia, so take that as you wish. I would say I would put a lot of stake into that, but it's also Australia on GT7. I don't think that's too populated. But here you go anyway. Ridwan not going for it here, probably playing it safe, just continuing to get a better look at the launch. Oh, he just overcooked it ever so slightly. It was almost
got
a
away
great
with it,
launch
though.
for a second then.
You got away with it. I think you'll still get him.
The slipstream kicked in pretty much straight away. Should get him. Comfortably get him. Oh, Thunderdome getting a little bit slidey through Rowdy on there.
He's actually not going to be able to get him.
I was about to say that downforce is maybe a little bit too high to get Thunderdome here. Thunderdome, yeah, comfortably still ahead by the time they hit Lacombe.
Now, what is he going to be going for a bit of a wild dive? Or is he going to... Oh no, it's going to happen here. Yeah, it's going to happen here.
To the inside goes Ridwan for the position of Thunderdome. Down the hill. And maybe a little bit of contact there. I don't know if Thunderdome just went wide involuntarily or voluntarily, but Ridwan's got the position regardless.
Let's watch from Thunderdome's point of view, because he does go a little bit wide, but it might have been a traction thing.
Let's have a look. Oh.
Oops.
Oh, no, it's
that
contact.
was a bit
Definitely
naughty.
Contact. Yeah.
That was naughty.
Just a little bit too much left in there by Ridwan, I think. Trying to get round the corner, he just pushed on a little bit too early, caught across the track and into the side of Thunderdome. Either driver not really affected by that too much. Well,
no.
Aston is definitely
You'd think he'd have got the position no matter what anyway. But Thunderdome could have held it if he kept him tight enough.
It was
so yeah, a little bit of a push to pass, I'd call that.
Yeah, pretty much. GT7 has replays. Technically, I think it's always had replays. We just didn't know about it.
This is true. It took us a good at least year and a half to 2 years to realise that we could do that on live comms.
Yeah, and even then we were told by teams in the eSports chat that was the case. So you can credit eSports for us knowing about the replays, I guess. But we've been using that for a couple of seasons now. I still been talking for an entire season now. I still need to get a keyboard.
Yes.
Still need to do
Definitely
that. I need to put that on top of my list for a week on Sunday.
So the last lap for Ghosted, he's lost a lot of pace actually since he set that fastest lap. Probably because the softs have started to go off a bit. but he is closing in on Thunderdome pretty quickly. Maybe not on this stint, maybe at the start of the next stint he'll be able to get back into the top 8.
Yeah, I wonder
Let's
if
see.
anyone's
Iggy's
closing
catching
on
up.
track here.
Iggy's
Yeah,
catching up.
definitely catching up. About in the middle there, because there's a couple of cars going through that second chicane. Not sure if they are including a lap car or not. If you want to
yeah, that's...
switch to that. Also, don't forget to switch off and on.
Oh, yeah.
Please refuel.
I have to do that at the start of every stint.
At the end, no, it's not at the start of every stint. It's every time you use a replay.
Every time you use a replay?
Yeah, every time.
Okay, we'll have to watch out for that. But
up to the back of T-Bop now.
Yeah, might lose a bit of time in traffic here, depending on how much T-Bop fancies helping out Iggy, which I don't suppose would be anything at all since they're not on the same team.
Yeah, something tells me they're not gonna. Well, T-Bop's just gonna get blown by, I think, here by the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Maybe not on this straight, but down toward the end of the lap potentially. We'll see. Oh, T-Bop has moved over.
Does that mean he's letting him through?
Him go,
yeah,
or...
he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Letting him go. Then through goes Pekka.
So right, Pekka getting a little bit of slipstream there helps him get maybe a 10th or 2 extra on Iggy, getting that move done. Iggy's now 10 ahead of Sam. Iggy's lapping in the mid to low 18s, Sam is in the low to mid 19s. And Sam's getting caught by Beetlejuice as well.
Yeah, he's got to figure it out here. Those two are actually fairly similar in their lap times, 19.4, 19.0, 18.9. Roughly the same. Give or take a 10th or so to Sam. I would probably, if I was Beetle and if I was Sam, my biggest worry wouldn't be each other. My biggest worry would be the guy currently directly behind you, who is catching at quite the pace. Zico within 5 seconds now.
Yeah, just put a lap on Fear as well. Lapping really good. He must love this Dodge. Maybe it was his decision to choose the Dodge because this is very good pace on the medium tyres in a car that you wouldn't think would be capable of it, really.
It's roughly the same amount of time as what Pekka's putting up.
Yeah.
Comfortably dragging away from Owen, albeit Owen just did an 18.3, so he's just starting to figure things out.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start, but he's got the benefit of having no one behind him. He's got Ridwan 33 seconds behind, and even though Ridwan seems to be quicker, maybe not going to be able to catch that up as long as Owen can have a normal stint in these last 51 laps that we've got.
I'd say that's still only half a second, or just over half a second a lap. Not undoable, to be honest with you. Yeah. Impossible is probably the word I actually should be using. Undoable is probably not a word in the English language. But yeah.
Just going to keep going down through the grid here. So 4 seconds is the gap now between Ridran and Thunderdome, and 13 is the gap between Ghosted and Thunderdome, which we're expecting to continue to come down. Then we got a 56-second gap down to T. Morrison, who had his adventures at the start of the stint in P2 for a while.
Yeah, no,
gonna have to get out of the way for
Iggy.
Iggy.
Behind him, the actual P2 directly behind him. I'd be intrigued to see if we get any rain or anything at this point. He isn't going to let him go.
Then we've got Fear Jokes, this is Andrew, a further 22 seconds behind. Then we have Leroy down in 12th on the soft tyres. I think he's come into the pits because look how fresh those soft tyres are. So he's dropped an extra position. Then we've got Jin on the softs. Yeah, Jin on the softs. Looking a little bit worn now halfway through his stint. Gilles only 4 seconds behind on the mediums. He's 3 minutes 16 off the pace. So he's not losing that much time to Pekka, considering Pekka didn't actually change his tyres at the start. And then he's got 40 seconds on Zab, who's out on the mediums as well. So
if you take away that 20.4 that Gilles just did, he's actually lapping at roughly the same pace as Sam.
Yeah, that's true. And if you can keep doing that for the whole stint, that'll get you potentially into the top 10. At least the top 11. I think the Jin, Leroy, and Andre are definitely catchable. Morrison's 20 seconds ahead. Could potentially get him as well. Gilles just needs 0 mistakes. He can't afford a single mistake here.
About that, the entire team for the rest of the entire night can't afford more mistakes. To be honest with you, that we've used up our allotted amount of mistakes in one stint. So it's gonna have to be flawless from here on out to really just do anything.
Yeah.
Blue flagged is just blue flagged is cautionary basically in Group 3 racing. It's telling you that there is a faster car coming. Get out of the way when you can. There's no necessary. Well, I guess it's everything. Yeah, normal rules pretty much. It's when you feel
when the car's close enough, then you need to get out of
Yeah.
the way. You can't race them. You need to get out of the way. But you don't need to get out of the way as early as GT sometimes tells you when like you can't even see them. Split
Yeah,
22. What does that mean? Yeah, normal
Not
rules.
entirely sure. Split 22 is the iRacing at Spa. Okay.
What does that mean?
So basically, the iRacing did their 24 hours of Spa recently, I believe. And in the Split 22, they had 3 real-life racers. I think one's an F4, regional F4, and 2 of them just do...
He's regional F4, he'll be
racing
like
or
14
something.
years old.
Something like that, yeah. And so I think it was like they crashed or something. They were well off the pace, and then basically
Crashed into a front runner.
carnage. Yeah, they called carnage under blue flag the entire rest of the race. I think they crashed like 2 or 3 different people off in the race. The only thing that got rid of them from the actual race was iRacing's incident limit.
Incident limit? What, as in
Yeah.
like if you're in too many incidents they just won't look up?
They kick you. Yeah, they kick you.
Oh,
from
they
the-
kick you.
from the
Okay,
race.
I was gonna say I thought it was like that's the maximum number of incidents you can have in a 24-hour race or something.
It literally is just a case of if you hit too many incidents, they will just remove you from the race entirely.
Oh,
But,
that must be brutal.
and
You're just driving along thinking you're having a good race, and then you just get kicked
they
out of the
were
lobby.
not. They were not having a good race. They killed multiple people. But they also, then iRacing, I believe, has been since banned all 3 of them from iRacing full stop.
Oh, okay.
So it was massive drama.
If someone's got a video, tag me in like a YouTube video of what actually happened in the Discord, because I'd quite like to see that. Probably won't be able to watch it until midnight.
Jimmy
but...
Broadbent does a decent video on it. That's how I know about all this actually, because I was watching his sim racing students. He went through there. But yeah.
Iggy's stopped catching up to Pekka now, so he had some really good laps there, but it stayed solid at the 4-second mark. And I was looking at Zico to see, but he's very, very slowly catching Beetlejuice by like a 10th here or there. And Sam just driving pretty solidly in second. Has started to gap Beetlejuice as well. It's just a bit of a back and forth here in terms of the lap times if you look at them. One time someone might gain half a second but then lose half a second on the next lap to the driver that they're against.
It's completely to do with consistency.
Ridwan's now
the race.
Yeah, Ridwan's now 9 seconds ahead of Thunderdome, and Thunderdome only has 10 seconds on Ghosted. But fortunately for Thunderdome, Ghosted is going to have to come into the pit soon. But so is he. He didn't put in much fuel in that thing, so in that first for a medium stint as well. So obviously we've got an hour longer to race, so maybe I'm sure they've calculated it to do like the right number of softs and medium stints or something like that. And this is going to be a short medium, but into the pits for the first proper scheduled stop is going to be Ghosted. For Team Spider GT, the pole sitters, he's down in 9th after the rain caused absolute chaos. Trying to recover. Put in a solid first stint, but now he's probably going to go on a long medium.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing he's going to be doing here. Yeah, he was about 10 seconds off the back of Thunderdome. He could easily get that eventually.
He might be a lap down though. This might cause big problems. He is definitely going to be a lap down, I reckon. 1 minute 30, and then if you're putting in a full tank of fuel as well.
Pit stop about 40 seconds. He's going to come out about 8 seconds clear.
8 seconds clear, so not much of a margin for error. And then if the blue flags start coming out and Pekka starts trying to get a lap down on him. It's gonna get very depressing very quickly for Spider if that happens. So let's ride on board with Pekka. He's coming round turn 1 now.
He's gone full, but there's the car coming out the pit lane now. Then.
Are the hards a waste of time? You could do a full lap, a full tank on the mediums. So I think the hards are a waste of time.
There we go.
And he does come out a lap down.
He does,
so what about Iggy? Because Iggy's not too far behind. He's gonna have to get out of the way for Iggy.
There's the car.
No, I think Iggy's gonna get him anyway without him having to slow down.
I'm not sure about that.
So yeah,
definitely not sure about that. This is going to get close. He's not going to give this up. Ghosted. Not in a million years.
Well, he should be. Technically, they're pretty much the same pace, give or take. But Iggy's got more worn tyres. But Iggy's. I know Iggy's going to be slightly miffed at this. Oh no, he's getting out of the way for him. Okay.
Well, he has got out of the way.
He has got out of the way.
Iggy made a mistake anyway. Iggy made a massive mistake losing the car on the exit of the Locom chicane. But yeah. The medium tyres go an entire stint on the fuel. The hards are, in fact, complete waste of time today.
Yeah, I agree.
There is no reason to use them. Softs go 3/4 of a tank, maybe a little bit more even. So, depending on how much you want to sacrifice at the end of the stint, at the end of that stint, obviously.
Maybe if Ghosted had like an extra 2 or 3 seconds, he'd have been able to warm up his tyres and start driving away from Iggy. But now, unless he tries to unlap himself, he's probably going to be stuck behind Iggy for 5-ish laps, looking at the amount of fuel left.
Admittedly, Iggy, if you're going to be stuck behind anybody on this track right now, I don't think Iggy's the worst person to be stuck behind. Just given the pace, I don't think you're going to be held up in any way, shape.
He's not going to get caught by Sam, that's for sure. Sam's a good 12 seconds behind Iggy right now, just coming onto the back straight. He's got 5 on Beetlejuice, who stopped really closing the gap in after a really solid start. But let's have a look at this. Zico's going to be close.
Zico's doing a number. The very Americanized Dodge Viper for Project Platypus.
You could tell the team captain's American.
Yeah, I'm about to say they ran a very, well, not similar livery, but definitely American-inspired livery at Road Atlanta earlier on in the year as well. Well, the Georgia Bulldogs livery that they had on.
This means nothing to me.
It means nothing to you. But
what does that say on the back? Do fast, risk everything, Tani? What? What is that last word?
Oh no, it's a backward G. Go fast, risk
everything. It's everything because it's.
Yeah. And if you've seen something that wasn't completely American, there you go. But no, for the reason why I bring up the Georgia Bulldogs one, Ross, is given the fact that only people in the No Code Trouble will know about this, but the Georgia Bulldogs team are a very, very famous team for their players getting arrested for breaking every speed limit, every speed law there is in Georgia. So it was I spent an entire race at eSports just thinking of driving puns for that livery. It was a fun time.
Look at this, 0% fuel left on Thunderdome. I'm just going to go back and see. Yeah, he didn't run out of fuel. He timed it perfectly.
Got it perfect, yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to come back out behind Ghosted, but Ghosted's got 24 seconds on T-Bop, and also he's just chilling behind Iggy now. So this is going to work out not too bad for Thunderdome if he can stick close behind Ghosted in the second stint. Presumably, well, actually, he might go on a full tank. He might go on a soft stint here. Really early to be making pit stops though when you're starting on the medium tires.
14 lap medium. I'm not sure why. Because presumably he won't do much more than that on his second stint.
He is going for a full tank, so that'll be the mediums.
That'll be about 17, 18 laps then, I'm assuming. I mean, that brings you to 32. You still realistically have
Is he going to be ahead of Ghosted?
Out.
Surely not.
He might.
But he's already coming out. How's this happened?
I was about to say, what do you mean, how did this happen? He was 10.5 seconds off!
Oh,
Capri!
yeah, you're right.
Oh, he's not anymore!
Oh, never
He
mind.
won't be anymore, that's
Never
for certain. He was 10.5.
What's that gap coming down to? He's going to have to get out of the way for Pekka, unless he can stay ahead of him until the 3-second penalty line anyway. And the gap to Ghosted is coming down. It's coming down. It's going to be under 8 seconds, potentially under 7 seconds. So,
and you've got a 3-second time penalty to
and a
tack
3-second
on
on top. He might get him in the next couple of laps. But let's go back to Zico, because look at this.
Yeah, he's getting really close now. 0.3 of a second, straight line speed for the Viper as well, and slipstream, but it's not enough. He's taking a look. That would have been ambitious. As he ducks back in, and now has to sit behind the Falcon driver. A lot of history between Falcon and Project Platypus, that's for certain.
Go on, sum it up in one sentence. The history.
I reckon title laden. I can do it in 2 words.
Alright.
Both of these teams, 3 of the 5 seasons have been won by these teams. So there's a lot. Also, don't forget that Falcon are currently your runners-up in eSports.
Yeah, Falcon had a much stronger season than Project Platypus. We're looking at the standings.
Project Platypus ending 4th 2 seasons in a row now. So since winning their last title in season 3.
Project Washtopus.
They gotta find something going.
Well, they're still only 24 seconds off the lead here. If they could pull out a victory in this event in the Dodge Viper,
if that doesn't give them
pretty
confidence,
impressive.
I'm not sure what will.
Yeah.
If they win from this position, if that doesn't inspire confidence, then I'm not entirely sure if anything will, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, Zico at the helm at the moment. He's the 2-time drivers. Oh, you're right. You do have to reset it every. I'm not going to reset it every time. That's crazy. Just deal with the thing that says please refuel. But yeah, Zico has won the Drivers' Championship twice in a row on Monday League in Tier 1. So top driver. Potentially the quickest, at least in that format. Because he's managed to do it twice in a row, 2 different cars.
Yeah, he's definitely he's found his rhythm recently at Zico.
This is going to be it, I reckon.
Yeah, he's going to get him into the end of the Camel Straight. He won't go before. If he's got any sense, he won't go before. Given the fact that the GTR's not the worst in the world in a straight line. This Viper is
Here we go.
One of the best though. This should be it. Down the inside. Gotta go. Gotta move. Gotta do it. He goes to the inside here. He's gotta break early because of the Dodge Viper. And the door is shut. Slammed shut on him by Finn there. And well played there from the Finnish driver.
Yeah, I thought that he'd lost it by not trying to defend and that he wasn't actually gonna fight the corner too hard, but he just stuck it a little bit better on the outside. The Nissan's very, very good around Spa. In the infield section, whereas the Dodge is really good in Sector 1 and Sector 3. But look at that exit from Zico. It looked like a really good corner there. Bit of a slingshot, just not enough, yeah.
You would, to get something into put on, you're going to have one hell of a run. I don't think he's going to get it here either. No, he's just having that door slam shut again from Finn. So Finn is just putting the car where he needs to put the car right now. Zico is probably going to get a little bit annoyed with this, a little bit frustrated as they go along, because he probably feels he could go after Sam if he was given the chance here.
Yeah. So everyone is pretty much lapping identically at the front, because the gap between Beetlejuice and Zico isn't actually changing the gap from the lead, sorry. It's been constantly about 24 seconds. And just as I say that, actually, Pekka, who only put in a little bit of fuel to get himself that gap right at the start, has been the first of the front runners to come into the pits now. Iggy takes the lead of the race. What is Sam going to do? Sam carries on. He's still got a few more laps in him. So does Beetlejuice. So does Zico. A lot of them not really putting in that much fuel to start this stint with, to be honest.
It's a little bit less than I thought. Ooh, that's a bit wild.
It was fine, actually. It just looked a bit precarious. Then we got Ridwan, who's up into 7th now. Thunderdome, who's made his stop. He's got a full tank here, and he's only 1.2 ahead of Ghosted, so here is the next big battle that we're going to see.
Yeah, that 3-second time penalty has really put Thunderdome in a predicament now. Also, Ridwan's got that down from 33 seconds to 28 on Owen, so he is slowly but surely chunking that gap away.
Yep.
He's trying to get the AHR team back in with a shot.
Let's see when Pekka comes out.
I am really intrigued to see who does the race on the wets later on. Who's going to be?
Well, that's where it's not gonna win the race for someone, but it's certainly gonna lose the race for quite a few people, that wet stint, I reckon, with heavy damage and a lot of rain. So yeah, Pekka's 47 seconds behind Iggy. He put almost a full tank in, probably 85% of fuel there, which is probably how much he wants to stress out these new medium tyres that he's on. Iggy's got maybe another lap or two in before he comes in. He could potentially jump Pekka if he wants to do a soft stint. So it'll be interesting to see what he does strategy-wise there. Sam's going to be in soon, Zico's going to be in soon, and Beetlejuice is going to be in soon. So Owen might actually become the race leader for a short period of time.
Yeah,
but let's go back to this lovely little battle, because the gap is only 0.6 of a second. These guys have already made the first pit stop.
He is closing that gap down rapidly. I don't know if he gets it here. He's sure as hell going to try this into the end of the Kemmel Straight. Not even debating this, because he is... Look at that exit. It's going to get a far better exit than Thunderdome. He might not even wait.
Into turn one, he might get it.
If he'd got common sense, he waits, but... Yeah, and he will actually wait from the end of La Source. Good exit here. A good launch, and he gets another one. He didn't overcook it this time. He gets an exceptional exit, and now he is right on the back of Thunderdome. This is gonna be inevitable. This is gonna happen before the end of the Kemmel Straight, surely. With a run through Radion right now, it looks like it was a little bit shaky, but he is right on the back of the Apex driver. He's got a penalty.
He's gonna get the overtake done and then lose it again. Surely Thunderdome might not even want to defend it, but he's still fully ahead.
He's not even gonna try. Oh, he's gonna go to the inside to switch right at the end, and he loves that move.
Lovely dummy. Absolutely amazing dummy there. Let's ride on board with him and see what he was doing. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to take the racing line. Apex thinks it's safe, but it's not. There we go. That was as late as you'd want.
That is about as good of a move as you'll see today, I reckon.
Can he actually get more than, I don't know, a second ahead of Thunderdome? You want to see Zab. Let's see what Zab's up to. Zab is 4 minutes off at the moment. He's...
What happened to Jin? Is he pit?
Jin's come into the pits and come back out 13 seconds behind. It's got only half a second. So yeah, Zab is 4 minutes and 5 seconds behind the lead, but he's pretty close to Andrew. So some positions are definitely up for grabs for him. Gilles is up into 11th place right now, and Thunderdome is about to retake 8th place off of Ghosted. Oh, maybe not, because that was a slow exit there.
Awful corner, but it's not a half second. It's more up towards the second round here, so he'll get it, but then become immediately under fire into the Kemmel Straight again. Yep, you'll see he goes past there, but yep, Ghosted is right there and thereabouts immediately.
Ghosted will be so annoyed with himself for that as well.
Yeah, he just got caught in the dirty area there up at the top of Radion.
Into the pits comes Iggy. Oh,
yeah, look at the difference. For some reason
I think it was just. I think the gap just appeared, and Thunderdome I think was just a little bit skew-whiff trying to make his way through the corner, and now he's having to defend really hard into turn one here.
I was about to say, if you're Ghosted, why would you fight turn one? Never mind. Looks to the inside. We'll get it done. But the issue is now is that the slipstream's going to bite him straight back. Why Thunderdome? Slip in behind him. What are you doing? Why are you not slipping in behind him? Just follow the slipstream up the hill.
I think he didn't want the dirt, through Eau Rouge, but he's still got it. He's still got it. Oh no!
Oh, he's drowned!
Engine damage. Engine
damage for the entire lap. And just trying to get out of the slipstream. This is why I was saying to stick in. It can't have been worse.
Is absolutely brutal.
Yeah. it can't have been worse if you just stuck inside. If you just stuck on the inside with a slipstream.
Let's try and see that again.
It can't have
Oh
been
no,
worse.
I'm too
surely.
late. I was too shocked to go and watch the replay. So
Because
anyway,
all 5 of the front all went into the pit at the same time. By the way.
yeah, they all did, but Iggy's coming out on the
through.
softs. Pekka's through anyway in P1. Ridwan has still stayed out. He's up into 3rd now.
So
Potentially,
76%
unless Sam
for
can get out ahead of
Zico
it.
on a medium tyre. Sam's out on a medium tyre. Oh, it's soft for Zico, sorry. Sam's on a medium tyre.
Sam's on the mediums, yeah. Zico
Beetle,
is out on the softs.
And Beetle after that is a medium tyre. And then Owen's on the entire tank.
Yeah, so he'll definitely be on mediums. Ghosted up into 8th now, and he is on the lead lap again after being a lap down. So it's not worked out too badly for him. Thunderdome.
7 seconds
Oh,
total
look at
for
this.
lead,
This is
right?
brutal. This is so...
Yeah.
I feel so... Like, it had gone perfectly for Apex in terms of getting themselves in a good position up to that point. The Dirty Air in Eau Rouge, after getting overtaken for a second time... Basically, if Ghosted didn't get that half a second penalty and Thunderdome didn't have to overtake him again, he wouldn't have made that mistake and he'd just be comfortable behind Ghosted.
Yeah, definitely. But it's still interesting though, because you saw him get overtaken, right? And we always talk about the dirty air. We always talk about this, that, and the other, potentially throwing you off, right? But if you're constantly dodging in and out of that dirty air, surely you're not going to be used to that particular length of track, that period of time where you're going to have to deal with that dirty air.
Yeah.
It's going to unsettle the car more. Wouldn't it have just made sense to have gone, look, you beat me, fine. Stick me, I'll stick behind you.
I thought he was gonna...
Oh, he spun into the pit lane. He almost got himself wedged.
I thought that was going to happen as well. How much time do you lose in the pits to fix engine damage? So each bit of damage takes a different length of time. So front bumper is like, I think 2 seconds. Wheels, I think is, I can't remember, maybe 5. And then engine, I've never had to fix engine damage in the pits, to be honest.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I've
I would
to fix
assume it would be
engine
quite a long
damage
time though. So at the very start, you are stationary until the damage is fixed, and then the tires start getting changed. So we could have a look here. So he's coming in 27 seconds, 28 seconds into the lap is when he comes to a full stop. He's changing his tires, so the tires are first. Now we are fixing the damage, or is he fixing? Yeah, he's not putting any fuel actually. Yeah, so it was actually quite a short fix for the damage in the end. He's lost a spot to T Morrison, T-Bop there, up in 9th place. Is he going to be ahead of Andre? He's come out on the softs, and yeah, he's well ahead. So the gap that they had was still fairly comfortable. Is that going to be a 3-second penalty as well?
Yeah. Can someone get that guy a link in YouTube chat while we do the stint? It's gonna be a while before we get the chance to be able to do that.
Well, there's 48 people in there right now, so hopefully someone's feeling nice and charitable there.
T-Bop just let Pekka go. Pekka is... Oh, this is not good news for Pekka, because Ziggy's on the soft and he is charging him down.
Man on a mission. Let's ride on board with Iggy for a little while on the soft. He's got T-Bop to overtake.
Yeah, we're not putting damage on the Money League. The races aren't long enough.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you get heavy damage in a sprint race, you're guaranteed to finish pretty much last because it's only a 15-minute race. And half the time that you get damage is because someone else has had an incident with you. So it's just, it would just be too brutal. We'd see a lot of DNFs and stuff as soon as they got damage. No point. Light damage is good for the shorter races, and heavy damage is good for the longer ones, in my opinion. So the gap's down to 1 second, under 1 second. Iggy is on a charge, and look at the weather again. Are we going to see some more rain?
Nothing on the radar. No, there's nothing on the radar. Anonymous just put it in. I'd say we can't tell for reference. So to asking in
it doesn't let us. It doesn't let us scroll through the little options on the.
Yeah. It's silly in that regard. We can't scroll through the track map and everything you see in the bottom left.
Look at that.
Oh, that's good for Iggy.
What?
On the outside, what a run!
Never seen an overtake like that before.
I don't know if
Well,
Pekka made an error or two.
Yeah,
but
it took him behind.
want to
Now,
replay that?
just avoid what happened to Team Apex a second ago. Ooh, see, riding that close behind someone with the dirty air is dangerous. Can Pekka get the position back though? Because he's really close enough to get some good slipstream here.
It's dangerous, but it's not as dangerous as weaving in and out of it, apparently. Do you want to see? Do you think the replay will cover all the way back to turn 1? We want to watch that one again if we can.
Nowhere near.
Not even close. Okay,
Never mind. But now Iggy's ahead. He's going to start building a big lead. Finally, after what happened to him with the weather, he's managed to retake the lead of the race in Stint 2. Double stinting for Aero GT and leading the race again ahead of Inferno and Pekka, who's still doing pretty well, but he's going to start falling back a little bit on these medium tyres now.
Yeah.
Zico in 3rd place.
He came out on the soft, didn't he? He came out on the soft with less fuel than the two either side of him, so he was definitely he had to take that as soon as he could, so he could try and start to build that gap.
Yeah. Sam is in P4, a comfortable P4, 7 seconds ahead of Beetlejuice, who is doing a similar strategy to Sam by the looks of it. Then we've got Owen in 6th, Ridwan is in 7th, trying to chase him down at the gap, 26 seconds now. And then Ghosted is 29 seconds back from him. T-Bop is a further 47 seconds back, and then Thunderdome out in no man's land. He's got about 25 to 30 seconds between T-Bop ahead of him and Fear behind him. Leroy 5. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at what Gilles is up to. He's caught up to the back of Leroy.
We've already added 2 people. That's beautiful to see. Let's go, Gilles. Come on. I'm definitely not at all biased. But let's see what Gilles can do. Queenhead versus Team Speed here. I assume they're both on medium tyres. Far too early for Gilles to dip out of the medium tyre. They know that much.
This is Yuri's brother, by the way. Yuri, who competes in Tier 3.
Ah. Fair enough.
Your Beetlejuice sounded like Beetlejuice. That's exactly why I say that.
We've had this conversation like 4 different times.
How do you say it? Please spell it out in the chat for me. How you think that's meant to be pronounced.
This is why I just call it Finn, because it's just easier. Matty's saying that everyone, yeah, that's it. Pretty sure
it's the correct way, like yeah. Okay, here we go. Gilles, is he gonna go for
to the
it?
inside, he gone for it! He gone for it, got it!
He hasn't got it.
A little bit of contact. Can he get it? Oh, better exit.
He's gonna have a better exit, yeah. God, we can't see.
Does.
That was.
Does get it. That was a late move. That was something out of almost nothing there.
And here comes Ridwan to put a lap on both of them. So that's worked out perfectly for Gilles, because now Leroy's gonna have to get out of the way for Ridwan, give him a bit more breathing space.
On the back of the McLaren, yes it is, because Perry made our livery.
That's the tax. Yeah, it is actually.
As I say, that's the tax. Perry made delivery, so yes. I'd like to point out we are not related to Project Platypus.
So the comeback continues for Gilles.
Third one just lapped past Lager there.
Iggy has now stretched his lead at the front to 2.2 seconds. His tyres are still incredibly fresh, so I'm expecting that to come down even more. The fastest lap for Zico was at 16.8, which is quicker than anything in the first stint.
By quite some distance.
So, yeah, don't rule Zico out. He was 24 seconds off the lead in the first stint. He's now 20.5 seconds off the lead, so it's definitely coming down pretty quickly. And he's leaving Sam in the dust as well.
Yeah, would also assume that this Project Platypus team still had the likes of BX to drive as well, who came, I believe, was runner-up in Tier 1 last season.
Yeah, they have the top 2 for Tier 1 on Project Platypus.
Definitely, they've definitely got a strong lineup. There's a chance if Zico can get himself closer to Pekka or closer to Iggy that he could run here. The Project Platypus could run for a chance at winning the entire thing. But yeah. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Also, see you seen Jacko in the chat. Have you bought wet tires yet, or are you done for the day?
No, I think that's the team that has 6 drivers, so 1 per stint.
And the lesson's been learned now. Mid 132 seconds clear of Ghosted.
Ghosted's last lap in the 1:20s, though.
Also, talking about no man's land. I think Ghosted is in the literal definition of no man's land right now.
He is. Morrison really struggling here. Look at his last... Well, he's been lapping in the 23s and the 24s for the last 4 laps here. So he's not having a good time. He's about to run out of fuel. He's about to run out of tyres. So he's going to be coming in soon. That'll promote Thunderdome with his engine damage back up into 9th place, sorry. It might actually bring Morrison around Andrew and Gilles. Gilles 4.6 behind Andrew. Andrew lapping in the 20s, well, mid to high 20s last couple of laps. And Gilles about potentially a second a lap quicker at the moment. Even though he's had to get out of the way for Ridwan as well at some point in that lap.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in the second stint here, Gilles, just to make a little bit of indent into the damage.
Yeah.
So that's stuff we love to see. What's the max for this stint?
This stint, because it's quite a long stint, I think it's 5.5 minutes for this one. So it should be, in theory, difficult for Zab in the next 40 laps to lose a full minute.
Put an extra lap on top here.
It would be like around about 1.2 to 1.5 seconds a lap slower than the leaders he'd have to be consistently to fall to that 5.5. Just really unfortunate that he had that lap 1 incident that we didn't see. But yeah, Iggy's going to go 2 laps up on him now.
Anonymous is saying that there are some clouds on the radar.
Oh, here we go. This is a little bit later than the first stint in terms of the lap times.
I'd assume that, given which is what we did earlier when we switched the lobby to late morning, it would have re-rolled all the weather slots.
Well, I closed the lobby and set up a new lobby anyway, so.
So I'd hope GT re-rolled it.
Yeah, if it would be identical, it'd be very strange.
Apparently, it won't be an issue though, because of the wind, which is an issue.
Okay. Famous last words.
Yeah, the information we're getting from chat. Obviously, like we said earlier, oh, there you go. There's one Aero GT driver getting out of the way for the lead Aero GT driver.
Yep, Iggy off and away now, and then Pekka's going to have to put a lap on the Aero GT driver to see. So let's see how Aero GT are going to play this. Is he going to be like, yeah, I'll do it eventually, or is he going to leap out the way?
I'd imagine that he's not going to leap out the way. That's a certain. 82.9 seconds ahead of Pekka. Well, it's a substantial gap to what they had originally, but it's not too substantial in the grand scheme of things. I also wonder for reference, I have not looked at who's doing what stint. I just know from who has actually said they're doing what stint. But I don't know who's taken over from Iggy after the 7 hours. So.
Oh, I do. They've got 4 drivers in the team, so it's going to be 3 for Iggy and then 1 each for the other 3 that are in that car.
But the rest of them are going to have to try and match or continue Iggy's strong start then.
Yeah, and one of them's got to do it in the wet as well.
Yeah, that wet is gonna. Nope, that just jumped straight out of the way.
Did he actually just miss his braking point?
Right now.
Let's see. Yes. He just decided,
went too deep and then was like, yeah, I'll let him go. 3.1 seconds, 3.2 seconds now the lead then.
Yeah. Iggy will want to maybe stretch this to like 6-7 seconds before the end of the stint to be happy. He did a Hamilton. No, he didn't do a Hamilton. It wasn't quite that bad.
Yeah, we were saying this earlier that the 7 hours on pad, like I couldn't even do 45 minutes on Wednesday.
Yeah.
7 hours on pad is he can have no hands after this.
Look at this though. Zico lapping solidly in the 17s on his softs. Iggy on his softs is actually a little bit slower than Zico. So he could bring himself into it here. There's still a lot of work that he has to do. You got an ice cream truck outside.
Yeah, that's it.
Go get yourself an ice cream, Pyro. You've earned it. Get a 99.
Nah, I'm good. But yeah, that's quite funny actually, because you can hear it from a mile away.
What's your favourite ice cream from the ice cream truck?
So I usually get a Knickerbocker Glory out of the ice cream. It's called, but it's an Oreo one, so I have the chocolate.
Nice.
Thing all over it. It is sickly. It's a sickly sweet, so I have to be in the mood to have it. But when I am, it's great.
Have you had a lemon top?
I have not. Give me one second.
Okay, so a little check-in after our little ice cream chat. Zico, 19.6 seconds off the lead. Sam it keeps dropping off the back of Zico. He's about 1.5 to 2 seconds lap slower at the moment. Losing some big time here on these mediums is Sam. He's 10 seconds up on Beetlejuice though, who is just put a lap on that car behind him. That is Thunderdome, who's 1 lap down. Then we've got Owen, who's 8 seconds behind Beetlejuice and 23 ahead of Ridwan. Both of them on the mediums. Owen lapping fairly similar, still a couple of tenths slower than Ridwan every single lap there, but still with a decent cushion. Ghosted is lapping in the 19s and 20s, struggling a little bit more on the mediums he does compared to the softs. So maybe he's just not used to these, but they are starting to wear now. Then we have Thunderdome, like I said, is a lap down. Set at 19.6 despite getting out of the way there. And Giles is in 10th, so he has overtaken Andrew at some point.
Yeah.
And it was a while ago. Yeah. So we missed that one. But he's doing pretty well there. He's back in the top 10 now, so a huge recovery drive there for Giles. Then Fia dropping back off the back, and then we've got Leroy not too far behind either, and then we've got Morrison not too far behind as well, having just come out of the pits, having done his stop. So everyone between 10th and 14th are all pretty close together, actually.
Yeah, it turns out I am going to get an update on the ice cream chat. I have ice cream.
Oh, did you go and get an ice cream?
I didn't go and get an ice cream. Someone's going to go it for
it's
me.
Nice. That's nice.
I haven't left my seat. But yeah, it's funny enough. As soon as we asked, so I had to mute my mic because somebody knocked on my door and asked if I wanted some. So yeah, that's definitely how this is going. But yeah, it's nice to see that Giles has got ahead of Beer up into 10th.
Multiple drivers now.
A long way ahead of, a long way away from Thunderdome, that's to say. Fair enough.
So we're going to be probably keeping an eye on these little battles because I'm not sure. Let's have a look at Leroy versus Fia. Fia's normally lapping in the 21s, a little bit slower than Leroy by the looks of it. So Leroy might get back up into 11th before too long. He's got much better tyres and a lot more fuel on board as well to help him with that. Let's run through who's actually on what team as well, just in case you guys need a reminder. So Iggy is for the Aero GT car number 14, leading the way. Started the stint in 2nd place and is now leading the stint. He's swapped places with Pekka for Inferno. Then 3rd place is Zico, who started the stint in 5th. He's now in 3rd. Sam has dropped a single spot for T3 triple threat down to 4th. Falcon's dropped a spot. Beetlejuice for Falcon has dropped a spot as well. Then in 6th place is Owen, the number 12 Aero GT, who is still in 6th place. Ridwan has risen to 7th from starting in 8th for the stint in the Vantage for Apex Hunter. Then we've got Ghosted, who's up a place as well for Spider GT. Our pole sitters recovering to 8th here. Then we've got Thunderdome down 2 because we saw he got engine damage. He's down from 7th at the start of the stint to 9th. Giles is up from 14th at the start of the stint to 10th. Fia And Gilles is for Queen's Head Racing, by the way, and Thunderdome's for Apex, but I think you knew that already. Fear Jokes, also known as Andre, he is for Danger Vortex Racing. They started 12th and they're currently in 11th, getting a nice little undercut in the pits there to get ahead of Leroy for... what team's he on? Team Speed, he's down 2 spots. He started 10th, he's now in 12th. Then we have Team Morrison for TBG, down from 11th to 13th. Jin is up a spot from 15th to 14th.
Having a mare from that exit, by the way.
Yeah.
You got onto him there in turn 1. Didn't do him any favours.
And down 2 spots for Zab, lapping in the 20s now the last couple of laps. He started to get his consistency back. If he can keep in the 20s, he should start to close the gap on the group ahead of him. The number 13 car, unlucky for some. It is unlucky for Zab at the start of this stint, and it was unlucky for Scotty in stint number 1 as well.
Yeah, they've just not had a good day of this at all in the slightest.
They absolutely haven't, but it's still a long, long way to go. It's not over. Like I think anyone at any position could get in the top 10 at the end of this stint by the end of the race.
Yeah, that's true. That rain stint is going to decide a lot more than we potentially think, to be honest with you. The amount of spins and everything that's going to unfold there is going to shape the entire race.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Here we go. This is where the action is. Battle for P11. Andrew versus Leroy. Team Speed chasing down Team Danger Vortex Racing here. Oh, look at this. It should be fairly easy because Fear went a little bit wide there.
Look at the overspeed. Look at the overspeed to the inside. And then to the outside of Blanchemont. That was about as easy as you're going to get.
Yeah. Good little move there. Oh, that might be a penalty. For Leroy, went a little bit too deep. But we do have low, what's it called? Low penalties, not strict penalties.
Yeah, that doesn't change the limit. It changes how much you'll get.
So he got away with it anyway.
Yeah.
Iggy is putting in such a shift, by the way. Look at the gap that he's got on these guys. 3 minutes and 46 seconds down to Andrew.
Yeah. It's already... it's putting in the amount of time he's going to put in on that pad is just absolutely insane.
Yeah. Even Apex is 3 minutes down. Apex is going to be coming in soon as well. Thunderdome.
Yeah. It's interesting Thunderdome strategy here because he put in a lot less fuel for his medium stint, and now he put in a lot more fuel than necessary for his soft stint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to question what the choice, what he's actually doing here.
I'm sure he's got a plan.
I'd like to think so.
I'm sure he's got a plan. Look, it really looks like it's gonna rain. Could someone give us a rain update in the chat? What's going on these weather radars? Because it looks like it could rain any second now. "14 seconds now the gap between Pekka and Zico. Zico's 20 seconds off the back of Iggy, so he's starting to lose a bit of time to Iggy now. Potentially with the Viper needing a bit more grip because the car turns like a brick, you know? It looks okay on the weather, nothing on the radar. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't get my hopes up this time then.
Yeah, we're not getting rain this time then. This is about as good of a chance as we could have got. No weather on the radar. None at all. There you go. That's the update. Just going to look dark and gloomy for the rest of the
Dark
session.
and gloomy. No, we're at the halfway point now of this specific stint. So I did the spin the wheel rolls last night for the wet stint, and there was 9 weather slots in that 2-hour stint. So this stint should maybe have 11 or 12 slots potentially because it's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, not going to rule out rain just yet.
Still 30 laps to go. Well, 30 laps and some change here for the leaders anyway.
Although if it doesn't rain, we do get a little bit of time back at the end of this stint, which would be nice.
Nah, we know what we signed up for. We well and truly knew what we signed up for at this point.
Exactly. I just need to be better in between the stints to get the results correct, firstly. But now I know that 300 seconds is not 3 minutes. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
Incredible. Incredible.
Is it rated at the real Spa today?
No idea.
If anyone's watching who watched the F1 sprint race, tell us what the weather was like. And also tell us if it's worth watching the full sprint race or not. Or just the highlights, because, yeah, gonna be a bit busy for the next couple of hours, aren't we? How do the weather slots work, by the way? I never checked that. They're perfectly split into whatever the race length is. Are you talking about the wet stint or just any stint? In the game, like, so a 15-minute race, I'm pretty sure has 3 weather slots. So, you know, one of those could be torrential rain and 2 of those could be, you know, the best weather and like boiling hot sun, potentially. The 2-hour stint.
Aren't they? In time?
In time? Well,
yeah,
it depends. It's because like it's a bit random in the sense that if your last stint is wet, that could potentially come at the end of the race after the race is finished, or it could come 2 laps before the finish. Like it's all approximate. There's nothing that's like completely set in stone. But that's why. But yeah. But like that's why. You know, in a sprint race, if you got 3 weather slots, the weather comes and goes very, very quickly. But if you had that in a 2-hour race where you had 9 weather slots, you wouldn't get 1 weather slot that only covers 5 minutes. It would cover a bit of a longer period, so you'd get a bit more stability in the weather for GT. That's how it works. It's a bit messed up.
It's a bit random.
There's no highlights in the sprint race. Okay, perfect.
Oh, that's a big close there for Zico. He came out the pits. He might be coming out right behind Ridwan. There he
does
is.
Indeed. So Ridwan, who still has half a tank left, so he's not coming in anytime soon. He's going to be causing all sorts of chaos for Zico with his half-worn tyres. So not worked out great there for Zico in terms of traffic, potentially. We'll have to see how that goes. Let's have a check. Iggy's going to be coming in at the end of this lap as well. He's just approaching the bus stop chicane now. Ghosted's in the pit as well.
We're getting a few... Ooh. Oh, that's deep. That's very deep.
He'll tell you that was the racing line for the pits. Pekka is going to carry on for a bit, so he's going to retake the lead of the race again for Inferno. Sam is not going to be pitting anytime soon, neither is Beetlejuice. Everyone else looks like they're in it for the long haul here. And there's Zico, who's come out as well. So I'm guessing Iggy's going to come out ahead of Ridwan and behind Owen and have a nice bit of a gap. And Owen's on his team anyway, so he doesn't have to worry about Owen.
Yeah, and also it's going to be interesting to see what tyres. I reckon it's probably another set of mediums potentially.
Look at this. Thunderdome's gone. You know what? Has Thunderdome put all this off by mistake? Because look how much fuel he has left compared to his tyres.
I think he got the first 2 stints the wrong way round.
I think he panicked when he had his engine damage what to do.
Yeah.
And he just thought, I won't refuel, I'll just put on the softs and get straight back out there.
Yeah, he probably could have gone 2 sets of mediums. He coming into the pit now then.
So Giles is going to get promoted into 9th place here. Let's have a quick look at Iggy and see where he comes out.
Might even get out ahead of Owen.
Put in a full tank, so this is definitely a medium stint for him.
Yeah, Owen's just gone by.
And there was a big gap between him and Ridwan. Yeah, he's gone on to the mediums. People could extend those softs with the colder weather. Potentially. And Iggy is right behind Owen, actually. It was a bit closer than I was expecting. 47 seconds behind Pekka.
Pretty much straight into traffic.
He is, but talk about traffic. Zico's still behind Ridwan. And he hasn't really closed the gap at all here. But this will be a good little test for Ridwan, because obviously he started the stint way down the field, and now he's probably driving alongside someone who is a lot closer to his pace than when we saw him having a battle with Thunderdome a bit earlier on.
Yeah. Also, I think that Apex are gonna be wishing they had this stint back. Honestly,
Yes.
that one error early on just had careened their entire race straight into a wall.
Absolutely. So remember this: the gap is 47.7 seconds to Pekka. They're both on the same tires. Pekka's got less fuel. Iggy's got fresh tires here. Pekka's probably going to go for another couple of laps as well. If he could keep this gap to Iggy, he could put in a full tank and still come out ahead of Iggy. Not ahead, right behind Iggy.
Yeah, he'll come in. The gap will stay reasonably the same.
Mind, it's already down half a second since I said remember that time. So
the interesting scenario could become what tyres that Pekka goes on to next. Because if Pekka does 2 sets of softs, then we might be looking at a little bit of a chase down situation. Because Iggy's got this medium stint and then a soft stint afterwards.
yeah, it really looks like. Someone check the weather radar again, because like I don't believe that this isn't. Those clouds have rain in them for sure.
It's grey as far as the eye can see, but it's no rain as of yet.
Still clear. Okay.
Also, Zico had closed about 3/10 of a second on grid 1 in that last lap.
I mean, Pekka and Sam. I mean, Sam could, if it started raining again, Sam would be the one that would benefit the most once again.
Yeah.
And Pekka and Inferno as well.
I reckon Pekka. I'd say Pekka's probably the one that benefits.
And Iggy would be screwed again because he's deciding to pit before everyone else in his strategy, which works great for an undercut. But if the rain comes out, it can catch you out massively.
You see, DJ, I would love to put the ice cream down, but if I do, it melts everywhere.
You got to speak up or put down the ice cream.
I moved my mic a little.
Oh, I love that.
I moved my mic a little bit closer. I moved my mic away so I didn't bombard people with me crunching down on sprinkles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, there's a point. It was
Someone's in the
deliberate.
pits. Jin's in the pits again for his second stop here. So he was in 13th place. Fia came in and is going to try and keep that position on Jin. Zab is only 6 seconds behind Fia now as well. So his stints are starting to even out a little bit. And he's not as cut away from the pack as he was before.
No, definitely not. He is slowly but surely getting back to civilization after the mistake.
Civilization. Yeah, so let's stick with Fia and see. So Jin is already heading out. He's only putting 67% of fuel, so that'll be softs for sure.
Yep, 2 sets of softs coming for Jin then.
Is he going to be behind? It looks like, yeah, he's only coming out now. Is he going to be behind Zab as well? Jin might actually be falling to the back of the field here. Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah, he is. Definitely. Not getting out ahead of that McLaren. No way, shape or form.
But fresh softs, he's got a lot of movements that he can make, and Zab will be the first one because his mediums are fairly worn at this point. Now let's find Zico again, because Iggy's caught up to Owen, but still hasn't managed to get the move done. And Zico is the exact same distance behind Ridwan, but hasn't really been able to put any fight to him. Zico and Ridwan both on the mediums.
That's interesting, because Zico is closing in ever so slightly, but not really enough to put any pressure on Ridwan, who will gladly take this situation right now, I reckon.
Yeah, he's putting in a hell of a shift, Ridwan.
Out of curiosity, where's Ridwan's gap to Owen?
Ridwan's gap to Owen is basically 17 seconds, and he's got a half-second penalty.
Well, there you go. That's
so as soon as we start gassing the guy up, he gets himself a penalty, which is going to make him lose the position to Zico anyway.
Yeah, there's your commentator's curse. It's taken 3.5 hours, but actually it's taken probably a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
We finally got one. Note it down. 116. First commentator's curse of the day.
So Beetlejuice doing pretty good here. He's 39 seconds off the back of Pekka. He's 10 behind Sam, putting in some really consistent laps for the entire stint so far. That's why we haven't really spoke about him. because he's just quietly chugging along, and he's doing the George Russell where he does nothing and he's in P3 right now. Pekka's in. Let's just go back. I want to see if he ran out of fuel on the entry there. I don't think he did. But it said 0,
No.
so he's timed it perfectly potentially here. Yeah, he's fine.
Definitely fine there. He goes into the pits now. So Sam's
So
going
let's
to
join
inherit
Iggy.
the lead of the race. Iggy's right behind Owen. Also Ridwan and Zico. Zico's about to go past Ridwan because Ridwan's got a penalty. If you want to have a look at that when you get the chance.
Yep, here we go. That is close enough to lose the position for sure.
It's actually about a second. That's going to be close, you know. It's going to be
Not
good
with
a
the
straight line
Dodge, for
speed car.
sure.
Yeah, with
If it,
Dodge it could be
maybe if it was the
interesting.
Renault or something. Oh no,
Is
he's
it?
having to tuck behind.
Is it?
He'll have had to lift there as well. He's going to have to chuck
See?
it into the final corner if he wants this position, and he's not doing it. Okay, well let's
Pekka's come onto soft.
ride over with Iggy, who's overtaken his teammate now, and he's going to try and get Pekka, but Pekka only puts 54% fuel in.
Pekka's just come out the pit.
And he's coming out the pits now on the soft tyres. Is this going to be enough to keep the position? Because Iggy's going through Eau Rouge now. And look at that.
It's going to be close. It's not going to keep the position.
It's not going to be close. Owen
run.
might get him as well, which is absolutely huge here. Owen getting that position on Pekka can start holding him up massively. Owen doesn't have to come in for a few laps as well. This is a bit of a disaster for Team Inferno with how that's ended up working out. He maybe should have just put in more fuel and gone onto a medium stint.
I'm not sure why you would do that. You've got 2 sets of softs here to the end of the race, to the end of the stint.
Yeah.
So it makes sense what he done. There you go. Takes that place immediately
Well,
straight back off. Oh,
never
that was
mind.
actually pretty clean.
Yeah, that was the easiest overtake ever.
That was pretty clean there.
I thought Owen was going to be a bit more of a pain in the bum there, but he wasn't.
We saw it earlier, right? We had this conversation earlier where Pekka had 2 sets of softs still to go. That was the discussion we were having. Does he go to mediums or do they have 2 sets of softs? So he does have 2 sets of softs, and he's now right behind Iggy. Quite frankly, this set of softs...
I think he's going to do a
Iggy's
soft
got
stint and then a
as
medium
well.
to finish, to be honest. I don't think he could get 15 laps out of the soft.
I think he might be able to, you know.
Do you?
I think he might be able to. It's going to be close. I think he might try it. Either that or he's going to cut this one short and then do a medium. But
Well, he's going to have a hard time getting past Iggy. Iggy's not going to make it easy for him. This is for basically for the lead of the race.
Is he going to get it? I don't know if he's going to get it before we hit the bus stop chicane.
If I'm Iggy, I'm defending into the bus stop right now. Yeah, and he is as well. Sam's in the pits.
There we go, Pekka the outside. Pekka's got himself lined up, the outside! He's getting pushed a little bit deep there! He gets it, well, Iggy stayed alive in the lead of this race. I think Pekka also missed his braking a little bit there. I think it was about 6 in one half a dozen in the other.
Let's see. I didn't have a good view from that angle.
It's late.
Well, he turns in a little bit early into Iggy. He turns in a little bit early into Iggy and then kind of goes wide. So, but here we go. It's probably going to happen here.
I was about to say, either way, this has probably worked out better for Pekka than it would have normally, because this is the place you want to take the position. Get yourself inside that slipstream, use it against that McLaren to get him into the into the end of the Kemmel Straight here. Surely,
oh, look, the overspeed.
In a straight line.
Yeah,
and there you go. Oh, he might have gone a bit deep.
He has gone
side
deep.
By side. And then Pekka's finally shut the door. He's got that little bit of a twitch he got there.
I think he might go for it again, though.
Actually helped him. No, not even. He's too far away. Too far away on too rough of a compound compared to Pekka at this point to make that realistically stick. Not an awful lot he could do.
So, okay, my prediction is look at the fuel that Iggy's got compared to the fuel that Pekka's got. So Iggy is only going to have to pit one more time, and it's going to definitely be for softs. I think, given the fuel that he's got, Pekka, he's going to have to put on mediums, and we're going to just see the inverse of this battle later on, unless Pekka can build a huge lead here on Iggy.
I feel like the common sense situation would probably have suffered the last couple of laps and do 2 sets of softs, but what do I know?
I don't think he's got the fuel to do that.
Well, about to find out. It's going to be...
Yeah, we'll find out.
Probably alright. He needs to get, realistically, to get... What? 47 is probably the target.
Yeah.
To do another set of softs, I reckon, and just suffer the end of the stint.
So is Beetlejuice going to squeeze one more lap out of these tyres?
I don't
No,
think
he's going to bail in.
I
think he could have maybe squeezed one more lap. What about Owen? He's carrying on as well? So Owen doing great here with the strategy, finding himself in the top 3 with this long to go. Zico is gonna. Well, actually, Ridwan's stayed with Zico pretty well here. Ridwan might only pit one more time and put on mediums again. Zico. Look at that fuel that Zico's got. He's not coming in anytime soon. So they're both going to get ahead of Beetlejuice, I think.
Something tells me that Zico, they will find it comes to the pits. Zico's probably going to try and go to around about the lap 50 mark to get a soft on the end, I reckon.
Yeah.
If he can. It's going to be... Yeah, I think you might be right with Pekka after all, because he just doesn't. That less than half fuel probably take him, what, 45 max?
Yeah. So the battle here is between Sam and Beetlejuice, who I think Sam was ahead beforehand, but Beetlejuice is coming out of the pits now. Sam is only just going through a Rouge. I think he might still have him here. Yeah, definitely. Sam's all up and away here. So what about Ghosted? Ghosted's 2 minutes behind him.
We have split into 2 very different racers.
Yeah, what's happening with Ghosted actually? He's lapping in the 18s, 19s, 20s. He's just come out on lap 31 after his pit stop, it looks like. So that must have been a pit stop. He just needs to find something. I don't know what he can do. 1 minute 58 off the lead. It says 1 minute 58 off the lead, but 2 minutes 2 off of Beetlejuice. Oh, because it's not caught up with itself, the timings. Yeah, that's crazy.
Made my Beetle pit from the lead.
Yeah, he did, that's true. Then we have Thunderdome back up in 9th now.
T-Dog 8 seconds behind him.
Yeah, we got Leroy up in 11th, 8 seconds ahead of Gilles, who's on a fresh set of softs. So he'll be able to carve into Leroy, who's going to come in soon anyway. Fia on fairly new mediums, down in 30th, 23 seconds behind Gilles. Then we've got Jin in 14th, only 3 seconds ahead of Zab, so he did manage to get ahead of Zab there. And Zab is 4 minutes 14 off the lead, so he's still got 1 minute and 16 seconds before he hits the maximum time before the next stint. Owen's finally in the pits.
Owen in, and...
Right, I'll leave you to commentate for like 2 minutes.
That's fair enough. So Owen's got a chance here. Well, about 23 laps, so they're definitely not going to the end. This will be an 11 and a 12, probably soft and soft. So Owen into the pits. I can't actually change who goes where because I'm not actually in the lobby, so you're just going to have to stick with this for now. Looking down up and down the grid, so still a Pekka from Iggy from Zico, and then Ridwan in Boff, who should be very close to a pit stop of his own. Then we got Sam, who's just pit, and Beetle, who's just pit in 6th and 7th, who should both go past Owen in this pit stop here. Yeah, there goes Sam down through turn 1, through La Source. He's going to be out ahead of Owen, who's coming out now. The real question is, Beetle going to get him? Is Beetle going to get him down towards the pit lane here? That's going to be close. It's 70% of fuel, so it's a soft tyre going on for Owen. It is 11 and 12. But here's the rest of the race for him. He keeps himself going, and it looks like Beetle has actually got past him, so Beetle's up into 6th. Owen is... Yeah, Owen definitely setting up for 11 and then a 12 of some description for the rest of this lap.
So, Sick Boy didn't realise that Downforce was on for this event. So that means he did qualifying last week and this whole stint with no Downforce. What the hell?
Did I or did I not call that though?
You did call it. You did.
It looked far too slow in a straight line that Lamborghini first set up. Admittedly, it looked like he was having a rough time.
At the end of the straight, for sure he was just getting swallowed up. When you're getting swallowed up by a Renault, you know that you haven't got downforce on it. They have.
Yeah, Pekka is 3.5 seconds clear of Iggy now.
Yeah, this is looking really good for Pekka, but Iggy is keeping him pretty honest. He's just set a fastest lap himself, which was 17.4. When you compare it to what Iggy set previously, I think Iggy managed to get down into the 16s momentarily. If not, it was a very, very low 17. So Pekka needs to find that time if he wants to keep the lead of this stint. 16 seconds behind. Zico's still around about 20 seconds behind the leader. So he's still doing pretty good here. Ridwan keeping him very honest, but he's about to come and make his pit stop. But this has been a hugely successful stint for him. Probably made the most progress out of anyone on the grid up to this point.
Well,
Sam,
where's 40 seconds to put him?
yeah, so
That's
if 40 seconds, 50 seconds behind him would be what, 1 minute 13, which would be... He'd slot behind Owen again, who he was trying to chase down. Owen's on the softs and he's trying to chase down Beetlejuice himself, which he should be able to do. This is his first hot lap of this stint, and he's only 2.8 behind Beetlejuice.
Well, that didn't look good. I don't know. Beetle just went so far wide there. I don't know if you caught that on camera. I don't know if he clipped the AstroTurf on the outside, but it certainly was an impressive turn one, that's for certain. Go down here and you watch it. You could see it in the picture where Owen was there. It did not look comfortable in the slightest.
Yeah, completely wide.
Oh, that's
and
so
really late
so
on the
deep.
throttle as well. So that's a huge benefit for Owen, who's now 1.8 behind.
Anonymous saying he also did his lap with no setup. Well, you probably should have put a setup on.
Yeah, I mean, considering how quick the fastest time not to qualify was, but as long as you do it and remember to put it on in the race, then you won't fall 30 seconds behind unnecessarily, basically.
Yeah, I think Sam won't be your best friend if you forget to put it on now.
Yeah, after all the hard work Sam's been doing.
You run no stock setup in this race, I think you'll have some very interesting conversations following it.
Right, the gap is down to 0.8 of a second now. Team Falcon under a lot of pressure here.
It'll be very interesting to see whether or not they are able to hold on against Owen. Owen obviously been chased down by Ridwan in this process as well. Albeit Ridwan's got a much longer way to go.
Yeah, Ridwan on a slightly different strategy as well, so we don't really know how it's going to shake out, but we'll find out
Ridwan.
in a second, because these two are about to start fighting. Ridwan's just come into the pits himself. We don't know how much fuel Ridwan's going to be putting in. We're on lap 39 out of 61 for the leaders. What's...
Anonymous saying that he'll find a way back at some point. Oh, Owen just about trying to figure out against Beetle. That was a bit weird into the bus stop chicane. Finn's not going to complain in any way, shape or form. I'm holding the position for a little bit longer. He could get him into turn one here if he's brave. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't.
He's thinking about it?
No, there's no point. There's no point. La Source is not the place to overtake here, given the fact that you've got the gigantic run through the Camel Straight here.
It should be fairly easy through Eau Rouge and Radion, as long as he doesn't do an apex. I mean, Beetlejuice really taking a tight line through Eau Rouge there.
Oh, they both snap it!
They both
snap it, but they're both going to get away with it because they both stayed on the curb, so no penalty for the driver. Owen's got a real shot now. This has got to be the time he overtakes. He had the chance early, had the chance at turn one, didn't take it then, goes to the inside here at the end of the Camel Straight, gets it done. Gets it done without question there. Had some real conviction to the inside on Beetle, and now Beetle's got to find a way to keep with him.
He does, but Owen should be able to just drive away from him on these soft tyres now and start to try and hunt down Sam. So, good stint so far for Owen, despite, like, on the opening lap was seeing him just on a different track by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Pekka, anyway, is up, increased his lead over Iggy to 6 seconds, and he's got probably half of the stint left to go, but this is going to be the more painful half of the stint, where potentially Iggy is going to close in on him with the crossover. Zico's dropped 2 seconds off of Pekka in the last couple of laps as well, so Pekka definitely on a charge here, driving away from both Iggy and Zico.
If Pekka can stretch this out just a little bit and maybe keep the gap about 5 seconds, he should be in a very good position in the stint.
Yeah.
If the gap comes down further than that, though, then he might start to have a few issues come his way.
Just gonna go through and see if there's anyone who's popped out close together. Gilles on a charge, trying to get back into the top 10 again. He's trying to chase down T-Bop, who's a little bit further on his medium stint than Gilles is. So the gap is 3 seconds. Let's see what Gilles can do. Queen's Head Motorsports team. This is the team that includes Pyro. They finished the first stint in last of the drivers that actually finished the stint. So had the 3-minute penalty at the start of this one. And they're only 3 minutes 46 down at the moment. So Gilles is doing pretty good here.
Put a shift.
Yeah, he's putting in a shift. And slowly making his way through the field here.
You got T-Bop right in front of him. Let's see if he can get himself. I think he'll have one more stop after this, or Jill. So I think he's going to have a real good shot at potentially a top 10 finish in this particular stint.
Oh, definitely. He's on his softs as well, so just to make things a little bit easier for him, he's just carved 2 seconds out of T-Bop since we started watching him.
Let's see if he can hand over to Assador in a good place. Very interested to see how the next couple of stints unfold before I have to get into the car later on.
Yeah, you're doing stint 5, right?
Yep, the 1 hour stint. And back to commentary.
So really, T-Bop goes a little bit wide there.
He goes Jill to the inside! Get to...
Again, it's super easy overtake there. In the end, I was expecting T-Bop to put in a little bit more of a fight. But yeah, Gilles up into the top 10, and this is on merit. It's not on because he hasn't pit yet or anything. He's got half a tank of fuel on soft tires. He's going to do one more pit stop, just like I think pretty much everyone else is going to do another pit stop between now and the end as well. So this is on merit. He's got 16 seconds to try and catch Thunderdome.
That's a doable time. Not in this stint, maybe not. But
well,
overall,
look at this. He's 2 seconds a lap quicker. So that would be 8 laps, and he's caught up to him on that kind of pace.
In this stint,
absolutely can do it.
We love to see.
The only team today named after a pub. A bit of a statistic there for you.
That is an ESPN-esque level stat. That's what that is.
Hey, it's going to get more and more like that as time goes on. I've already used up all the good material.
Someone quick, get ESPN on the line. Let's see how many absolute BS stats we can work up. Jin's got a half-second penalty.
Jin in 13th ahead of Leroy and ahead of Zab. Half-second penalties, 1.6 behind Fear as well. Fear's doing pretty good, actually. I was wondering how he'd do on his first proper ALR race, because he's done some of the short track series, but that's just a bit of a chaotic side series. This is like a real serious, even though it's an off-season event kind of thing. And
potential probably for a larger championship is what's coming out of this.
Potentially. I don't know where we're going to fit it all in though, if we actually want to do a championship, because obviously
it'll have to be
8 weeks.
Have to be at the end of each season.
If we have it at the end of each season though, we'd only have maybe 4 or 5 rounds, which it would potentially work like that. Yeah.
I mean, we don't have it. This is quite a task. Oh, there you go. He's goes through. Admittedly, this is quite a mammoth task to do each time. So, having to do it 5 times a year is not the worst in the world.
Yeah. Also, so in the chat, let me know what you guys think. If we made this a championship, would you want it to be a championship, knowing that it would only happen at the end of every season of normal racing, so in the off season? Would you want it to be a series of 12-hour races, or would you want some 12 hours, some 8 hours, some 6 hours? Would you want only tracks where it can rain? Would you want any GT track and where you guys could just vote on the track ahead of time? All that kind of stuff. We're open to suggestions here, because this is brand new territory for us.
You do know absolutely do know that someone is asking for a 24-hour race. That is going to happen.
Well, that won't happen. I don't think we can do that.
I think
Not
we could.
yet. Maybe not for season
think
one.
we
Not
could.
if we were doing a proper season one.
Maybe
Definitely
it's probably enough
prioritize the
with a
longer
24.
tracks.
Yeah. 12-hour nerve next time. I think we. I do think we would like if as a helper team anyway, in particular, it's 24 hours is doable. We'd have to get some help commentary.
24 hours or riot. Okay.
See, told you. I do think we'd have to potentially get help in terms of commentary for 24 hours, but that's
Yeah, I don't think I could host every single lobby like this.
Well,
if we did if we did full-on championship at the end of every season.
Yeah, we'd have to split this a little bit more efficiently potentially, but yeah, still doable. I still think it's definitely doable.
24 hours of the Northern Isle Speedway.
I don't think we'll get 8 race calendar because the 8 race calendars will last what year and a half. I don't know if you're going to be able to get that unless no, you'd have to then include two in an off season. That might be too much.
In karts. Well, karts don't need to refuel or change tyres, so you just stay out for 24 hours non-stop if you did it in karts. Pekka's in the pits, right? Something's happening on track.
There are also 2 people right beside each other. It's out of the source. I'm not sure who it is, but
I'm assuming it is lapped people because I just went through the entire grid. But let's have a quick look. Let's see. I think it is a lapped car. Yeah. Yep, Jin just getting lapped by Ghosted.
The other one then. So it's a couple also gone through.
And Leroy getting lapped by Iggy as well. 2 laps down now, Leroy is.
24 hours of Fisherman's Ranch. Sindra, I had to fight to get just a normal fucking Nations Cup race as around Fisherman's Ranch.
So I'm assuming, yeah, this is definitely going to be a final medium stint because he's putting in so much fuel to get him to the end of the race. So the first driver to make his final pit stop is Pekka for Inferno. Drops him down to 4th, potentially 5th here.
Oh, just coming through turn 1.
I think he'll be behind Sam. Sam's just coming through Eau Rouge. Yeah, definitely behind Sam. Ooh, is that a penalty? Every time I go on board with them, it looks like they're going over the white line, but they're actually not. So he gets. You might
have to go chase cam when they come out the pit.
You can't. It automatically sets it to that camera angle until they're in fully out of the pits. It's weird. I don't know why.
It looks like they've been close every time.
So what can Iggy do? Iggy's going to stay out for a lot longer, and then he's going to put on... Well, he's probably going to stay out for 6 laps. Put on the softs, and then hunt down Pekka at the end of the stint. He's got 16 seconds on Zico. Zico's going to come in way earlier than Iggy by the looks of it, in the state of his tyres. But I think he could potentially do the same thing where he puts on the softs for the end. Is Sam going to go all the way to the end? No, he's got half the fuel that Pekka has, so he's going to pit again for softs. Ghosted has come into the pits now.
You think it would be very... You'd think that people are just going to settle in for that the final soft stint now. Ghosted definitely isn't. That's a medium tyre going on in his car. He's not going to get 17 out of it.
Okay.
So he definitely...
Look at Ridwan's fastest lap that he set compared to the actual fastest lap. 17 flat, only 2/10 off of... Well, less than 2/10 off of Zico's time.
I'd rather point out how Ridwan at the beginning of the stint was 33 seconds behind Owen. If you want to go up between Owen and Beatles real quickly, that
11.
gap is 10 seconds, so just over 10 seconds. That is significantly reduced over this stint. He has got AHR back into this race. The very least back into the top 5 of the potential for top 5 of this race.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's had a blinder here. He's what team's he in? He is
He's
in
in
Apex
AHR.
Hunter. Yeah, the same as
Yeah.
Jacko in the first stint. So yeah, he's setting them up nicely for the longest stint that's coming up next, the 3-hour stint.
Not only that, he's actually closed the gap to the lead, Iggy at the moment, by 10 seconds from where he started. So
True.
he's genuinely just had a outstanding stint. That's what they needed after the unfortunate of one of their drivers forgetting how wind immediate tires works. Yeah, they very much needed the recovery, and they got one. They got one immediately.
And now he's just dipped under the minute mark as well. So yeah. Oh no, he's up again. Anyway, let's have a check in and see what Iggy's lap times are looking like compared to Pekka's. So he's in the low 19s. Pekka, we won't find out because this is actually his first hot lap after coming out of the pits. But he's on the mediums as well. So he's definitely going to be in the 18s maximum. The gap he's shaved off like about a second since coming out of the pits as well.
Yeah. Finally got through the ice cream.
What was it in the end?
I got a 99 because I think it was the easiest one for me to just get through. I wasn't feeling. I didn't have that much of a sweet tooth today. Otherwise, I'd just still be here crunching down on Oreos and. But yeah.
Fair.
It was nice. But yeah, just getting through that now. So, look at Pekka. He's currently, needs to get something sorted now because 45, 46 behind Iggy at this point in time. Pit stop in the region of somewhere between 40 and 45 seconds, I think, is the actual time of the knot.
Yeah. Got up into some traffic now with Pekka as well.
That's Owen, not that far behind him.
Yeah, Owen's doing pretty good. Owen obviously has to pit one more time as well, but he's on these soft tyres, keeping everyone honest. He's lapping in the 18s. This is the first lap into the 19s. Now his tyres are starting to go off. The rear tyres struggling for Owen, whereas it's always been the fronts for as far as I can remember.
Oh, a little bit of a shaky exit out of La Source there. Also, Pekka's starting to cut down on Sam just a little bit. Sam gonna go for a decent chunk longer. Jin's just come out the pits there, so he's just gonna get out of the way ghosted.
Yeah, let's have a little look. Jin is out in last place. He's got 7 seconds behind Zab. Zab is on the softs. He'll have to pit again. So yeah, he should beat Zab as long as everything goes normally. And then Leroy is gonna have to pit again.
5 seconds up the road.
Yeah, Leroy and Jin will be close.
5. Oh, feet to the wall! Oh, that was perfect timing.
What?
That was perfect. How have you managed that? I don't think you could have actually timed that much better if you tried.
I mean, is he gonna just? No, it looks fine there.
Oh.
Yeah, he just. Yeah.
Just snapped it.
We've all done that one. But he's got engine damage
Engine
now.
damage. Oh, no.
So this is potentially sending them right to the back of the grid here, DVR.
Danger Vortex just lost out quite substantially, an extra 50 seconds probably going on the time there.
Yeah, into the pits he goes. He had 50 seconds on Zab before all that started happening, but look how it's dropped already. Zab already 12 seconds up. 13 seconds up, 14 seconds up. So yeah, Zab and Jin are both definitely going to be ahead of him at this stage.
Don't forget the 5.5 minute mark.
Yeah, so they might all 3 of them are at risk of meeting the 5.5 minute mark, but Jin doesn't have to pit again. But he is 5:25, but Iggy does have to pit again, so he will gain a good chunk of time back on that. So I don't think he'll be at the 5.5. As long as he doesn't do what Fear just did. At least it was like pit stop time pretty much for Fear anyway.
Well, yeah, he's going to go to the end now regardless.
Yeah.
That was quite a shunt, admittedly. We've all done it before, but we haven't done it where it got engine damage.
I don't think it's given me engine damage before, no.
Admittedly, we don't do an awful lot of races that include heavy damage.
That's true.
The last time
Pretty
I
much
remember
nowhere.
the heavy damage being used in ALR was the 2-hour endurance series.
Yeah, which we haven't had for quite a while actually.
Yeah. That was
So yeah,
actually
out
pretty
into
fun.
last place there. Fresh mediums to the end though. He could nick a couple of positions before the end.
Should get one on Zap.
Gilles still out on his soft tyres. He's under 10 seconds behind Thunderdome, but he's going to come in soon. Pretty much everyone's going to start peeling into the pits over the next 5 laps here, depending on who wants to go out on the softs and how long that they think that they can make the softs last for.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Gilles got a couple of laps now before he gets to go. Someone's got a penalty there. I'm not sure who it was. Ghosted. That's not going to do much damage then, considering he is literally no advance.
Yeah, it'll just help Pekka get a lap on him without him having to lift off anyway.
Yeah, he'll get that fairly easily. Here, I reckon. I think there'll be much
might have
issues
to get out of the
in
way
that one.
anyway.
I don't know about that. There's only a couple of corners before that penalty line hits, so I think he'll just wait. Got common sense, they'll wait. Not impact each other. Back a little bit deep there. What's actually big
There we go.
that Fear just did. Oh, okay. Ghosted.
Well, it was ghosted.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's always ghosted. It's always ghosted. I think he panicked a little bit. It didn't look ghosted, but he definitely was. And now Peck is only 1.3 behind Sam. He's 44 behind Iggy. So he's gained 3 seconds on Iggy since coming out of the pits. So let's do this. Let's do this quickly. Oh, hold on.
44.6 between him and Iggy. That's the interesting scenario.
So yeah, Pekka could start getting held up a little bit behind Sam here. Sam's on slightly more 1 mediums. He's not going to come into the pits for a few laps, I don't think. But is he going to hold up Pekka knowing that he's the race leader? And if any of these guys want to win the race down the line, they've got to start holding up the guys at the very front when they've got the chance to do it, and not just think about their own pace.
That is true. I don't think Sam realistically sits here thinking he might win the overall race. That's
Why not?
that's the thing there.
Why don't you think he thinks that?
I don't.
Is it his teammates who are currently watching? Is that why?
No, I think he's actually sat there.
What are you trying to say about Anonymous?
I'm actually not saying anything about Anonymous. Actually, an indictment on Sam because I think he sat here watching behind Iggy and going, "There's no real chance that you could probably match that."
But you have to think these drivers that are racing now are not going to be racing later. Iggy's teammates are Captain Eli and Fancy Locks.
That's
so
fair.
Iggy's teeing them up for defending their positions rather than, there's not 3 Iggy's racing tonight.
That is fair. However, Iggy is racing for 7 hours, so there's an extra 3 hours coming where he gets to build a gap.
This is true. And then there's 5 hours after that where everyone can catch, including the wet stint.
Yeah. Well, the wet stint is a wild card, let's be honest. No one... Not... The rain isn't consistent. Like, on who is good in the rain, who's not. Also, Gdent just said you only need to turn off the driver info, the first one, and then back on not.
Okay, that'll save a bit of time. But then as soon as I watch a replay again, I've got to reset it again.
Yep. Pretty much.
So what is Zico trying here? He's run out of fuel, so he couldn't even extend it any longer if he wanted to. He's going to do, 12 laps on the softs? Owen's in as well.
Yeah,
what about Ridwan?
This is soft. This is
Ridwan,
definitely can't be foul.
That's not Ridwan.
That's Fear. But I'd say that's definitely not Ridwan.
Ridwan's got another couple of laps in him before he comes in, so he'll probably pit on lap 51, I reckon.
Wait, did he get Beal? He did. He was 5 seconds behind the last time we knew. Oh, the last time I knew anyway.
Yeah, he's been 2 seconds a lap quicker than him, so
it
would have been quite an easy one. Out comes Zico. Out into
This is interesting now,
P6
though,
on the
because will
softs. The end.
Will Ridwan be able to catch up with Owen?
Well, Owen's going to
they're
get a bit of an undercut done here.
Yeah.
With loads of clear air as well. Someone's coming across, but I think they're a lap down. Gilles in for his last stop as well, just coming in there for Queen's Head. Thunderdome has already made his last stop. Leroy will have to make another stop. Morrison's made his last stop already. Came in quite early for the softs there, ahead of Zab by 20 seconds, who does need to make another pit stop. Then we have Jin, who's ahead of Fia, who's had to get out of the way of Zico there. Iggy's on his way in as well now, so let's rejoin with Pekka. 43.9 seconds is the gap. Iggy's not going to have to put in maximum fuel, which is very crucial. Less time in the pits for him compared to other people. And he's going to be on the softs compared to Pekka on the mediums. So this is going to be tight. We've got Sam, who still needs to come into the pits at some point. Only 8/10 behind Pekka. So,
well, that's more that Pekka got by not that long ago.
Yeah.
So Iggy, this is where it's going to be interesting now. So Iggy's going to have to chase Pekka down because Pekka is going to come out in front.
Yeah, definitely. But Iggy won't be that far behind. He'll be able to chase him down on the soft tyres.
Definitely. INF are now in the position where they have to defend the lead. They had the lead out of Kevin because of the rain earlier on.
Yep.
Pekka's held it basically the entire run. It's a question whether or not he can hold it out of the stint now, because Iggy is now heading out. Iggy's just about to head out the pits there on 71% of fuel on the soft tyres. There you go. Iggy definitely behind Pekka.
Yeah, just shy of 3/4 tank of fuel. And what is the gap? It looks like it's about 5 seconds. Ghosted's going to unlap himself, unless he goes for the bump draft here. I thought he was for a second, but he gets out the way at the last... I know. I was like, these people don't even know each other in their bump drafting. No, that would have killed...
Seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds at the end for Iggy to try and catch up in 11 laps. That means he has to be about half a second a lap quicker. And now Ghost is probably going to have to get out the way straight away. He's not in a rush. He's not in a rush. I mean, look at the difference in pace between them at the moment.
Yeah, he may not be in a rush. He's not going to get a choice. Yeah, Iggy's going to go from here. There you go. He moved out of the way. Yeah, I was about to say Iggy would have got him down into put on anyway. So there was no real chance for him to really to make anything out of that. So
yeah. So let's just go through who needs to pit again. We've got Sam, who needs to pit again. Ridwan, who's definitely coming in at the end of this lap. Only 11 seconds off the lead right now, which is crazy. But of course he needs to pit again. Beetlejuice needs to pit again. And
don't forget he's not going to put a lot
Leroy,
of
who's coming in right now. And Zab also needs to pit again, who is just about to fall a lap down on Pekka here.
This is going to be fairly interesting, because Ridwan will put in a lot less fuel than potentially even Owen did.
And he'll have the freshest tyres for the rest of the race as well.
Exactly. And he's not going to have to sacrifice anything. If the tyres aren't going to drop off in time, Pekka's going for this. A bit wild.
And was that Zab going in? No, actually he's carrying on for another lap.
No. Pekka was just not waiting in any way, shape or form for that blue flag manoeuvre at all.
Here comes Sam into the pits now, so Iggy's back up into second. The gap is 5.1. So
that came down fairly decently in that last
It did,
lap.
kind of because of that bus stop thing with the Zab, I think.
Yeah. I think Iggy will end up. Okay, Ridwan's in, Beetle's in, Sam's in.
Yeah, everyone's in. I want to join Owen because I want to see where he comes out in relation to all these people. Remember, he was in P6, started in P6, has been in P6 for most of the race. What's he going to be able to do?
I think he gets Beetle comfortably. I don't know about Ridwan, honestly. He might get Ridwan by a few seconds, and then Ridwan's going to chase him down.
The last time we checked, the gap was between Ridwan and Owen. I think it was like 11 seconds.
17.8 for Owen. Owen's
quickest lap so far, yeah. everyone's still putting in fuel. This is going to be tight. Owen's going to have the speed coming down over Rus and Radion. They both stopped putting in fuel now. They both stopped refueling pretty much at the same time there.
They're not going to appear
slowly
down
coming out now.
Yeah.
We're going to see them as soon as he gets...
came out. So
oh my god,
by.
are they... Owen has got by.
Comfortably got by.
He didn't get past Sam. Sam's the one that's right ahead of him, not too far ahead. Ridwan is ahead of Beetlejuice, crucially.
5 seconds. It's 5 seconds.
Yep.
That gap is 5 seconds.
And Beetlejuice falling.
I'd like to point out that gap between Ridwan and Owen at the beginning of the stint was 33 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the stint that Ridwan has put together.
Yeah, and Beetlejuice has fallen backwards there. He was in the top 5 and now he's down in 7th all of a sudden. Oh, really close, fine margins though, to be fair. Like, we're looking at overall times here rather than the position.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a tricky one. Owen in P5 is going to have to defend a little bit from Ridwan, I reckon. Because Ridwan's had the speed on him for quite a while. His fastest lap is a 17 flat. Owen's fastest lap is a 17.8.
That puts it into perspective then, doesn't it? Because if he's doing 17.8 now, Ridwan goes back immediately firing to those 17.0, that time can evaporate.
Yeah. And then let's have a check-in at the front. Iggy's put the gap down to 3.3 now. So he's on a charge. 17.4 was his last lap compared to a 19 flat for Pekka. So Pekka's struggling a little bit more on these mediums after not being on them for a little while.
Yeah, thinking he's going to lead at the end of this stint, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this is
really.
It's going to be close. Actually, to be honest, Iggy should be able to get Pekka and stretch maybe 4-second lead by the end of this.
Yeah,
that's what I would think.
Honestly, given the fact that the tyres aren't even going to fall off between now and the end of this race, I wouldn't exactly be against saying that it's going to be larger than 4.
Yeah, he's just eaten a second in about 3 corners there.
Yeah, INF are not leading out this stint. They are not. This is just going to be blitzing for Iggy here.
Let's ride on board with Iggy and see how a pad player takes these corners. Obviously, you can set some blistering times. Iggy's joined being a member of this league, in case some of you don't know. Since season 5, I think he joined, or maybe the end of season 4, and we're on season 19 now. Came in, was the quickest in the league by about probably a second a lap for a good 2 or 3 seasons. And then the league started getting a little bit bigger. That's back when we had like 2 tiers, 3 tiers of racing. We had 8 tiers this season of racing. So we've managed to expand nicely. And with that, we've had a lot of very, very quick drivers come. And Iggy's hasn't actually won many races of recent, apart from he won the short track championship. But eSports, he's not really won for a couple of seasons. And same to go in Monday League in the times that he showed up, even though he doesn't race there as much. But this would be a nice way to tell all these new people who are super quick who the OG is, basically.
Him or BX has won the most titles in the server. It's Iggy, isn't it?
Iggy, because he's winning WRC titles now, if we count them.
No, we do.
But also he has the record for the most
anyway.
Monday League titles, which are the main ones. By quite a way in terms of titles won.
Yeah. So
I think BX only has 1, you know. Zico's got 2. Iggy's got 4 or 5.
Hey, JP, I remember so long ago that I was in GT Sport in Tier 1. The only time I get to say I've been a Tier 1 driver.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't a Tier 1. There was just the league as one tier. There wasn't a Tier 1. It wasn't. You didn't call it Tier 1. It was just whoever wanted to bloody race, and no one practiced for those either.
I still remember that first race. I got like 4 times in 15 minutes.
Oh my god! Here's a stat. BX has finished 2nd place on Monday League 7 times.
Jesus Christ!
And he's won once. Well, I bet he's happy that we give prize money for second places now.
That's a stat.
That is a hell of a start. Anyway, look at this. We've been chatting shit, but Iggy's about to get an overtake for the lead right here.
He might go for it on the outside here into the third sector. These two know each other a lot as well. They go through, pretty sure they used to be teammates at one point in the eSports team, but we'll leave that in the past.
For the team that must not be named.
It looks like Iggy's not going to get it in this third sector unless he's going to go for this in the bus stop. I'm not sure.
Oh,
That'd
what
be a wise choice.
He's going to go
Here
the
we
long
go
way
to
around.
the outside. To the outside. It's a return of what happened earlier, if you remember, where Pekka was on the outside and got kind of pushed off, and now the opposite happened in the opposite direction, and Pekka holds on.
Definitely some pad physics going on through that corner. Some unnatural movements of the car, but they all both make it through. And Iggy's got to bide his time a little bit more. Yeah, it might just happen here anyway.
I was about to say, this is probably where you would have looked up for anyway. If you were Iggy, you would have penciled in the end of the Kemmel straight. If you're going to make a move for the lead, it probably makes sense to not have to be fighting back for it immediately. This is where he's going to go now. Down the Kemmel straight. They both reach about 250 kilometers an hour. That McLaren has got a lot of overspeed on the Aston Martin without a slipstream, and the McLaren is all the way ahead, and Iggy even comes over to make sure that Pekka has no response.
Oh dear.
And Pekka has just cut the corner entirely.
Is he going to give the place back? I think he has to. He's got a 2-second
got
penalty
2 seconds
anyway. Right. Let's have a little look again at that from Pekka's point of view.
Let's go Pekka. Pekka is not going to get anything out of that. Iggy, that was very clearly the overtake done there. Yeah. Pekka just left it too late and then tried to turn in when Iggy was there.
Iggy's car was there, he couldn't do that, and then yeah, he didn't lift anywhere near enough, and now he's got the 2-second penalty. And now he does have a slight lead over Iggy. Iggy's just going to settle in behind him now, knowing that this 2 seconds is coming. No, he's not! No, he's not!
Oh, more contact between the two of them!
This is so unnecessary, Iggy.
Line, and then Iggy got the... Yeah, I was about to say, there's no reason to make that move. And Pekka has held on again. Fair play to Pekka. Without the penalty, he's defending fairly substantially well. Why fight it when you're on mediums, your opponent is on softs? Because they're fighting for the lead of the race.
There we go, there's the 2-second penalty. Iggy is finally into the lead, which, yeah, is right. He did win the corner, and Pekka did cut the corner there, so everything's evened itself out. Pekka's now 3.7. Well, Iggy might end up with about an 8-second lead by the end of this race with his fresh softs. So this penalty has actually been huge. Dropped from being ahead of Iggy to being 4.4 behind Iggy. That's a big 2-second penalty.
Yeah, massive 2-second penalty. It's unfortunate there for Pekka because the move was done. I mean, he's probably going to look back and that just wished he had kind of just settled down instead of immediately fighting that back. Either way, those two starting to get at each other through that second sector.
Yeah. Next fight that's coming on our screens. Remember this guy? 30 odd seconds back. 2.8 is the gap to Owen now. It wasn't moving under braking. Iggy moved before he braked. You could see that. There was no moving under braking. He's just covering off the inside line.
It was
moving under braking, you have to have the brakes applied before you move, and that's not what happened.
Either way, Pekka should just step back.
Play the long game.
He was never going to actually win.
To be fair,
battle,
the moving didn't impact the incident anyway, because Pekka kind of turned into Iggy when Iggy's car was there, and then had to go off track.
But as for holding him up, Eli, you're a little bit biased because you're on an Aero GT. He didn't need to give it back. The game had already penalised him for cutting the corner, so he didn't have to give anything back. He was going to fight it the entire way, and I don't blame Pekka for that one. I would. regardless of whether or not I got a penalty, I'd be fighting that tooth and nail because it's for the lead of the race. You are fighting for, like, building up a gap. You ain't got a pit stop or anything that's happening. You had to fight it.
So, Ridwan was 0.8 of a second quicker than Owen on that last lap. So, top 5 for AHR by the end of this stint is looking pretty possible here. Fully disqualified. Yeah, disqualified from an off-season event with no stewards or anything. Right, anyway. Let's see what's going on towards the back of the field, now that everyone's made the final stops. We got Zab on fresh softs, 24 behind Fear. Fear on the mediums is going to be a fair bit behind Leroy, who is only 0.8 behind Jin. Jin on the mediums as well. So this is an important little fight coming up. They've both just been lapped again by, what's his name? Ghosted.
Eli, regardless of whether or not the rules say he should give it back, he got a penalty for it. That kind of indicates that.
Eli would have reported that anyway.
Yeah, I can see both sides of that, to be honest with you, but I would
What's
not
going
have
on with
let
Ghosted, by the way? Why is Ghosted so slow? Oh, he's got damage!
Oh, that'll do it. Not sure
I was like, why is Jin quicker than Ghosted? Look, there's Jin on the right, just trying to get past him there, and he's just completely made a pig zero of that, and now he potentially is going to lose this position to Leroy now.
Yeah, he's made a mess of that one. Leroy's got a shot round the outside here if he can take it. Jin's gone deep. It might be a gap just about enough to, if he wanted to switch that back.
Yep.
He didn't go for it. He's gonna. Oh, he half-slid the car again.
You know what? Jin probably doesn't know like what's going on with Ghosted, that he has damage. That probably was a bit of a distraction for him.
Yeah.
So Leroy just having to tuck in. Jin's done well. Remember, he started 15th, and now he's up in 12th right now. So this is a pretty successful stint for the Tier 4 driver. Check on the gap between 11th and 12th. The gap is 31 seconds. So quite a big one there.
Oh, Jin had a bit of a mare there as well. Slid it too
open.
far. Team Speed got the chance here. Ghosted not really giving Jin any sort of slipstream, so there is an opportunity for the Lamborghini if the Lamborghini had to grass. I'm not sure why you both cut that quite heavily. Yeah, I think Hasselberg is trying his best here. Oh, that might be a penalty. That might be a penalty for Jin there. He was definitely all the way off the track. I don't know if the game's going to give him that or whether or not he lifted off.
I think he must have lifted, yeah.
Oh,
but it might be over here.
Playing with fire. Yeah, he was playing with fire a little bit there. Jin now to the outside goes Hasselberg. Can he get it done? Round the long way at turn 1. It forces Jin narrow. If he can switch back just a little bit, again, he's just Hasselberg just not having a killer instinct.
Yeah.
There through turn 1. If you're in the wider line, you can try and potentially narrow that down, get her on the throttle a little bit earlier, and trust the car. But he didn't do that at all, and now he's under a little bit of pressure to get past Jin on the Camel straight.
He was. I don't think he's going to be able to do it though, because look at the gap. So let's stick with this little battle. The gap's 0.8 now between Owen and Ridwan, so it continues to come down.
Well, I'd like to point out that Ghosted stayed out even with the damage.
Erotico's saying that he had a nice nap.
That 0.2 of a second there on his best lap for Ridwan. His best lap is a 16.892, by the way. If he does somehow
almost
go,
the fastest lap, yeah.
I'd say it would go purple if he could continue that through the rest of the lap. Just match his best sector times to the other two sectors. He is really doing a number on Owen. I don't know if that's Sam in front.
It is, yeah, he's only 3 seconds, yeah. It's very close between these guys.
The top 4. Well, the chance for the top 4 is still open here for one with 4 laps to go.
Hmm.
Beetle has dropped quite heavily off of this battle. Falcon
Oh my god,
dropping
I
off
was like,
87.
there's no Beetle in the race. I was like,
The car, not the car,
right,
Ross!
no, I'm starting to lose it already. This is bad. I'm starting to lose it.
Ross, we start at 10, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know, we've got until what, 11:30?
Yes,
Jesus.
at the absolute earliest.
When did I say the
final
next stint is due to start? Let's have
No
a
idea,
look.
but they're going to start at
2:30.
10,
2:30. So let's push that back. Because it's actually, yeah,
Bear in mind,
we're
the
gonna have
final
to at least
stint
push
is
it back 5 minutes.
The final stint is meant to start at 9:30. So we are definitely
No,
here.
it's
We
fine.
are-
After the next stint, we've got a half-hour break between stints, though. So if we lose 10 minutes here, like if we're 10 minutes down, we just have a 20-minute break instead of a 30-minute break. It's fine.
We are well and truly staying here well past 11 o'clock at night.
That's fine.
The poor Europeans who actually have to drive.
I know. I think Eroticos is doing the late stint. That's why he's had a nap. They were asking me. They were like, "Are you going to be on time?" I was like, "I'm not promising anything at all." So
It will go as it goes.
Make some backup plans. Like I said, all times are approximate. I made that very clear.
Yeah, literally just it'll go as long as it goes. You'll have to deal with it.
Here we go. Ridwan's now within a quarter of a
Too far
second.
Too far back to make that stick though. He did get a lot late on the braking than Owen did in that McLaren.
Yeah, he did.
The opportunities are going to open up here for Widron. It's just a case of when. It might be now. He looked for it, but he drops back in. He had a very quick look at Owen there. Lemons, the
Yeah, Lemon's the Aussie who did
HR.
qualify. Yeah, he did
He's
qualify
doing
at like
it
5 in the morning or something for him last week.
Yeah, he's doing it at 2:30. He's doing his stint at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. That might actually be the rain stint, is it not? For
Potentially.
Australia, 8 hours ahead at most, at least.
Right,
Sorry.
let's have a quick look and see. Jin is behind Leroy now, so he has lost that position. So Leroy up into 12th. Jin just settling in behind. Then we have Fia 17 seconds ahead of Zab. Zab doing some pretty good lap times now, but let's go back to Owen and
You
Ridwan.
might want to go because he's going around the
He's trying
outside. He
it.
got over speed. He's alongside, well and truly alongside. He's got a little bit of the car in front. Dumped the inside to blotch him on, and he squeezed Owen completely off the track. He gave him no space whatsoever there. And Ridwan is ahead of Owen as a result of all of that. We'll go to the 1-2 gap after we watch this between Ridwan and Owen. You can see he got himself alongside a little bit in front at the headed into Blanchimon here. And he was in front, not quite entirely, actually maybe entirely in front.
It was fine, yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
In the end of all that. It just looked a little bit worse on the first camera angle.
So Iggy is now pretty much 10 seconds clear with a couple of laps to go. Could probably get another second or two before the end of the race as well. Pekka is actually getting caught a little bit by Zico, but Zico's softs are pretty destroyed now. 7.7 seconds is the gap between them two. Then a huge gap to Sam, Ridwan and Owen. Ridwan now starting to drop Owen straight away, actually.
Owen's got a penalty. Owen's
got himself a half second, probably from that corner, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
We have 55 for Beetlejuice, 2 minutes and 54 seconds back for Ghosted. So Spider not having the best opening couple of stints here, and another penalty for Ghosted as well. Gilles, 4 minutes down.
Ahead of Thunderdome.
Ahead of Thunderdome. Yeah, crucial.
Up into 9th. Beautiful. Only one place back and where we started, and quite frankly, good luck catching the extra minute you need to make it back.
Yeah. T-Bop 4:45, Leroy 5:14, 5:15 for Jin, Fia 5:23, and Zab will have the full 5 minutes and 30 seconds to start the next stint on.
9.5 hour difference between us and Lemon. the real question now I have to ask is, how the do you get a half hour time zone?
Oh my god. No, look at Australia's time zones. They're really messed up. There's like so many different little time zones for like the country, and some of them are in half hours, and some, like, I think there's one little town that has its own time zone in Australia because they don't like the time zone that everywhere else it has. Like, it's really strange.
What?
Yeah.
How do you get a half hour time zone? How did that even function? See, Jacko said someone just crashed.
No, I saw Jin was getting out of the way for to get lapped by a couple of people. I don't think there was a crash.
Adelaide has a 45. Nah, okay, just why Australia? Why have you done this?
Gap between second and third is 7.5 currently.
That's incredible. Like this is already devolving into ice cream and Australian time zones, and we're only 2 stints in.
It's gonna get weirder.
What's the gap between T2 and P3? I think it's something like
7.5
on that. Yeah.
So we are approaching the very, very end. Oh, okay. Ghosted getting past. Ghosted has. Look.
Not entirely sure what's going
you know
on
what?
here.
I
Yeah,
know
Jin's
what's going on. Because he's still got his damage. He didn't. He decided not to come in with the damage. So he's been the same pace as Jin this whole time. So Jin's been taking him on the straights and having to get out of his way on the infield, I think. And it's costing Jin a bit of time here.
Yeah, it is, because look at Aslog. He's just driven off into the distance.
Yeah, he's got quite a big lead now. Gilles in 9th place. He's leaving Thunderdome in the dust here. He's stretched him by another couple of seconds in the last couple of laps.
Jill has done a very good job of this stint. Like
yep,
an
5 positions.
Outstanding job of this stint.
Who's doing stint 3?
Asseldorf.
Okay, home advantage for the Belgian.
The one that did the qualifying got us in 8th in the first place.
Yeah.
So I would expect some more time to be created out of that. We're on the final lap now with Iggy then.
We are on the final
11
lap.
seconds clear of Pekka. That gap has been substantially created. I would have been right, by the way. It would have been much more than the 4 seconds had the penalty not been tacked on.
Yeah.
It would have probably been somewhat close to double at 4 seconds. All right, now Iggy is going to give himself, because he's also doing the 3rd stint, 3-hour-long stint.
He's
so
mental
give
for
himself,
that.
Yeah, he is.
Like, at least we're just sat here talking shit. He's actually like got to be concentrating and fully sweating with just like small breaks in between as well.
Yeah, and yeah, 7 hours. So 7 hours of driving, and he's giving himself right now a 12-second advantage. I don't know who's coming in for Inferno next, but good luck. You're gonna need it. You're gonna have to try and bank on some fatigue coming in.
Yeah. So I'm just finding out where everyone is on track right now for the so that I can record the end of the race, the gaps. So we got T-Bop on 4:53, Leroy on 5:18, and Jin on 5:21.
And then the bottom 2 have both crossed over that 5.5 minute threshold.
So 4:54.
I can't imagine what Iggy's stream would have been like when he was fighting Pega. Pega, sorry.
He's probably a lot calmer than you'd expect. He'd just be like, oh well. Okay, where's Iggy? He must be getting towards the end of the lap now. He is.
Yep, 12 seconds now. It's
Huge
over 12.
drive.
He might get 12.5 by the end of this. He's giving himself a massive opportunity to build a gap in this 3rd stint, and then give his teammates something to protect rather than to try and gain, because he's going to round the final corner, and unlike the 1st stint, he's going to win the 2nd stint, and he's going to lead into the 3rd stint here in the 12 hours of Spa. Pekka gave a valiant effort for INF, admittedly. A lot went right, but in the end that penalty was just too much. He's going to come in 2nd. Zico, T-Bop is the next to the line with Zico after that. T-Bop 4:56 down with Zico 20 seconds to the dot, basically in 4th. Haslager, the next one, to the line. Currently 5:19 down, means he'll start about 11 seconds quicker. It's not 11 seconds anymore, it's 10 seconds ahead of the back two. It keeps flicking in between that 5:19, 5:20, and it looks like it's going to end in that 5:20 range. Here we got Ridwan and Sam. Ridwan got Sam in the end as well. Ridwan up into fourth. What a stint for him. Jin 5:26 back, ghosted. The next one over the line. Owen after that, 53 seconds, and Beetle 4 seconds further back on that, who did actually start to cut back in on Owen. Then Zab to the line, 5:43, so he'll be limited at the 5:30 mark. And then Fear on 5:49. Ridwan had well and truly got AHR back into this.
He absolutely has. Let's just have a quick look at Ghost again. So he was 3 minutes and 9. So that is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So he was 3:09. Jail's just coming up to the line now. So Jail's is a lap down, 4:05. So he's not 2 laps down. He's still only 1 lap down, just exactly where he started. He's dropped maybe a minute on Iggy, but he has taken 5 positions. So that's 4:05 and 4:10.
4:11.
Okay, 4:11. And then everyone else was on the lead lap, and then the bottom 2 are going to be at the max time.
Well then, I would have been very intrigued to see what Ridwan could have done at Jacko bought wet tyres.
Yeah. So, that's your lot. Thanks for watching. We're going to be putting up Stream 3 fairly shortly, but I need to go away and figure everything out. So, yeah. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.